Greetings and salutations and welcome to Hockey TV and our coverage of the Soo Eagles, the Soo Thunderbirds, and the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League. Scott Nason broadcasting from Pullar Stadium on this Friday night. Hockeytown, USA is what our city is called. It is Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan, as we are about 15 minutes away from the start of tonight's border battle between the Soo Thunderbirds and the Soo Eagles. And joining us tonight once again, color commentator to the Stars, Larry Pozzebon. You okay over there, Larry?
Yeah, just you're loud.
Well, maybe I'm talking loud. Maybe I'm trying to get your attention because we're on the air and I want you to get over here. But Poz, the Eagles and Thunderbirds ready to tangle in this border battle. Two teams that are very familiar with each other, haven't seen a lot of each other as of late. But before we start to get into the particulars, anytime these two teams tangle on the ice, especially here at Pullar Stadium, it always makes for a fun time. What's your thoughts going into tonight's game?
I'm looking forward to this. We should have a real good crowd tonight. There's always a good crowd when these two teams get together, but they both want to stay in. The Eagles aren't in first place, but the Thunderbirds are. Eagles can gain some ground. Again, remember, all the games in their own division, 4-point games. This is a big game for the Eagles. And I believe it's good. Every game's a big game for the Thunderbirds. I watched some of the game there last week. I'll tell you, they can still play. And I'm like I said earlier in the year, and I keep saying it, I thought they're going to rebuild, but they didn't rebuild. They just went right. They got it going here. And it's going to be a good game. I believe, what's his name, Gordon starting for the Thunderbirds in goal tonight. And he's a tough man to beat. I think we've only beat him once this year. So goaltending, and Brancato, he won last night, and he's hot. So let's see if the goaltenders are going to dictate what's going on, or the players themselves would dictate what's going to happen here tonight. But I'm looking forward to a good game.
The Soo Thunderbirds entered tonight's contest with a record of 26-8-2-1. They're in first place in the West with 55 points. Now, one of the things, Larry, we'll see early is potential rust with the Soo Thunderbirds. That game you mentioned against Timmins over a week ago was the last time the Thunderbirds have played. And the Eagles, off a double overtime victory last night in Elliott Lake, they entered tonight's contest with a 23-14-0-1 mark, 47 points in fourth place. They're only 8 points behind the Thunderbirds. They're 4 points behind Rayside Balfour, 5 points behind Blind River, with the Eagles still having 5 games in hand on the Beavers. And right now is when they're going to make up those games, or at least a lot of them, because the Eagles are in the midst of a 7-game stretch in 11 days. That's pretty tough on a hockey team, but we've talked about it before, and I know you wanted to talk about it tonight. The Eagles are probably one of the best, if not the best team in the league to be able to handle something like that because of the conditioning and a lot of the work of their trainer, Mike Barbo.
Yes, Mike does a very good job. It's not only this year that he's been with the team, I think almost as long as I have, and both your same time, not age, but years that you have been in. And he's every year he works these kids, and we just heard Dan Clark. He just said that his son says, the kids say, yeah, we're in shape. This guy works us. He makes us get in shape. And to emphasize that also is that the Eagles have played 5 overtime games, double overtime games. They've won 4 and tied 1.
The other.
So they're invincible in the overtime. That's like We Will Survive, and that's a Gloria Gaynor's song, We Will Survive. I will survive,
good.
yeah.
That's right.
And,
go back to your generation.
Yeah. So they wear the opposition out. The Eagles will wear you out if the game's going to go along like they do. First overtime, second overtime. The Eagles are in shape to handle that, and they should be in shape now to handle 7 games in 11 days. I don't think the pros play a schedule like that.
Well, if you remember back, Larry, I believe the 2010-2011 season or 2011-2012 when they were in the Dudley Hewitt Cup and they had those back-to-back 4 overtime games. Not many teams at any level has played a schedule like that. And so they're in condition now, but by the end of the year and in the playoffs, they will really be conditioned. Other games going on tonight in the NOJHL besides this one. Powassan is at Cochrane. Blind River is at Espanola. And French River at Kirkland Lake. And last night's scores, we mentioned the Eagles winning in overtime, double overtime by the score of 4-3, with Hayden Clark getting his second game winner in a row. Father Dan got to make the trip, so nice to see that happen. And Rayside Balfour over Espanola by a 5-2 count. So, Larry, you look at the standings. 8 points separate the top 4 teams. You have Blind River in second place. They still have played a few more games than the other teams, not quite the 8-9 that they have. So, really, it's still anybody's race for first place, second, third, or fourth. Any of these 4 teams could end up in any of the 4 spots.
Yeah, I was looking at the standings earlier today, and I said, anybody can end up in first place yet.
Yeah.
The Thunderbirds don't have it wrapped up.
No, they don't.
I mean, the only exception might be Elliott Lake, but even that's they're close, and they're 5th place, and they're close to 4th. So this division, it might go right down to the final games of the year, because that'll say, okay, now we know who's in first, who's going to play who in the playoffs, who's going to play that first round where the 4th and 5th play each other to see who gets into the playoffs. So this is every game from now on in this division is a very important game for all the teams, not just the Eagles themselves.
Well, and you look at this weekend, the next 2 games, the Eagles will play the Thunderbirds at the John Rhodes tomorrow night. The Eagles sweep, they're 4 points behind the Thunderbirds. The Thunderbirds sweep, the Eagles are 12 points behind. So you talk about those 4-point games. Prime example this weekend.
Yeah, this is it, boy. This is, it'll make or break somebody here.
If you want to contact Larry or I during the game tonight, and I know many of you do, we would love to hear from you, and the best way you can do that is by going on Twitter. You can tweet me at SNason, that's Nason 2013. Let us know what you think about the broadcast, who you're watching, and any comments in general. We already have 1 tweet in from Tom Blair all the way from St. Louis. Want to say hello to Lauren Blair, Brendan Blair's sister, and Tom and Carla, as Brendan parents are watching from the rink tonight. So they would love to hear from them if they want to pop by the press box between periods, and we'd love to hear from each and every one of you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Scratches tonight, first of all, for the Soo Thunderbirds. Players not in the lineup include number 3, Jonathan Mackin, number 6, Austin Heinrich, number 11, Camden Finley, number 18, Cole McKay, number 19, Avery Rebick, number 21, Braden Robbins, and goaltender number 1, Andrew Uczynski. For the Soo Eagles, players not dressed tonight include number 9, Matt Capiciolto, number 17, Owen Kipke, number 20, Bobby Price, number 25, Jonathan Lacani, and number 1, Ravi Khatri. Those are the players not in the lineup tonight. Oh, we got our mic working again. Well, there you go. I thought we weren't going to have music and mic, but apparently my technical expertise, Larry, will have music.
Is that
Sean?
The intermission? Or Josh, I meant to say.
Yes, Josh Orr. Well, I had nothing to do with him. It was the cord. But the best news of it all is without this cord, we would not be able to hear Bob St. Peter, and there goes half our comedy routine.
Yeah, it's always, yes.
The music was important, but having Bob on.
We need Bob.
Yes, we do. We need him like an enigma. So we're going to go to the opening ceremonies tonight, if you will, in front of a very big crowd already, as the Soo Eagles set to take on the Soo Thunderbirds. These teams will meet 4 more times after this one, and this has a lot on the line, even though it's January. We'll be back with more of this game here on Hockey TV. There you have it, Larry. Starting lineups, national anthems. Ready to go? As we're just about to start tonight's contest between the Soo Eagles and the Soo Thunderbirds. Again, if you want to talk to us on the broadcast, you can do so by going on Twitter. Tweet me at SNason2013. Want to say hello to Sven Schwab, who has tweeted in, as well as Patty Lanning, saying she enjoys our broadcast. You guys rock.
Thank you.
Hawk and Patty watching from Arizona, probably the only place in this country where it's actually it's pretty warm here today.
It was nice today.
Temperatures above freezing. About 37 degrees, which would be about 3.
Well, the Eagles said on my way over tonight, it said it was 40 here today.
Okay, might have been 40s. Here we go. The Eagles in their home white jerseys with the black and gold trim. The Thunderbirds in their road blue jerseys with the orange and white trim. We're underway in the border battle here at Pullar Stadium, and the crowd's still filing in. It's going to be a big crowd tonight.
Big crowd.
Puck in the Eagles zone. Butcher with it. Butcher along the boards. Eagles won last night at Elliott Lake in double overtime, while the Thunderbirds, they haven't played since, last Thursday as they defeated Timmins. They were off last weekend, so we'll see if this first 10 minutes is the advantage for the Eagles, being the team that played last night, with the Thunderbirds maybe a little rusty. Now here's Keller moving in. Keller with the shot. That one will deflect into the netting out of play. We'll have a face-off in the Thunderbird zone. Sioux Michigan native Brandon Gordon in net for the T-Birds tonight, while Shane Brancato, who got that win last night in Elliott Lake, starting for the Eagles tonight.
What's Gordon's percentage there?
I'll have to look up the stats. I don't have them handy, Larry.
Okay.
But I will look at that here as we go along. Now the newest Soo Eagle, number 14, Johnny Vitale, who got a goal last night, returning player from last year, his first home game for the Eagles. Now Vitale behind the net, over along the far boards. Vitale on a line with Rowe and Saxton. Now the Thunderbirds have it. Kalisti at center ice. Kalisti gets it up to Smith. Smith moving to the net. Now Blair on him. Puck behind the net. Saxton can't clear it. No, he clears the zone, rather. As Bellini chases it down. Bellini over to Kalisti. Now puck at center ice. Shot back in. Kalisti with it behind his own net. Kalisti's pass to Tassone. We haven't seen him yet this year, Larry. He was an addition about a month ago for the Thunderbirds, returning player from last year. Now here's the T-Birds with it. Smith, pass to the far point, moving in. That's King. His shot, that's blocked. Goes to center ice. Now back in the Thunderbird zone. Braden Caruso off the boards, picked up by Tharaldson. He'll shoot it off the far boards. Caruso behind the net. Now Caruso. Intercepted by Palmerio. Now he had it poke checked away. On the stick to Miller. Now the Eagles player falls down. Here's Van Team with it. Van Team's pass just over the stick of Miller. Now Lamberti on him. Now that puck will go right to Saxton. Rather Palmerio. Now Casey. That's going to be offside. Yeah. As Palmerio was in ahead of the play, and we'll have a face-off with 17:46 to play here in the first period. No score.
I don't know what defense for the Eagles fell down, but Lamberti came back with a good back check to pick up that open Thunderbird player.
Looking at scores from out of town, nothing to report as of yet. French River and Kirkland Lake scoreless. Blind River and Espanola scoreless, and Poisson and Cochrane also scoreless. Scoreless here, 17:40 to play in the first period. These teams will tangle tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center. Eagles in a very busy stretch here. They'll be in Blind River on Monday and then back home here on Wednesday against Elliott Lake before going on the road next weekend at Espanola Friday and at Elliott Lake a week from Sunday. Now the Thunderbirds with it behind their own net. Lawrence gets it over to Acosta. Now puck on the near boards. Picked up by Maine at center ice. Maine's pass intercepted by Clark. Clark's pass behind the Eagles player, picked up by the Thunderbirds. T-Birds with it at center ice. Now dumping it in. That's Clark. Clark behind the net. Clark with the puck. Plays it off the boards. Oh, it goes into the open door.
Yeah.
Gary Eby's got to shut that door quicker. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever seen that, Larry. I always say you see something new.
Sometimes you'll see that. I've seen that before. Yeah, it's not too often, though.
Eagles have Jim Cappy and Nick Perry behind the goal. I don't see any Bruno. Is Bruno not here tonight, Larry?
He is here tonight someplace. I saw him prior to the game starting. And
GM duties.
Yes.
Face-off won by the Thunderbirds. That one blocked by Schwab in front of the net. Picked up by Teckel. Now it's center ice. Thunderbirds have it. Cleared into the zone. Solinger in the near corner. Now McDonald. Solinger gets it to McDonald at the doorstep. That shot goes high. Still no shots on goal yet. 3.5 minutes into this first period. Barterson talked to, and we're going to have a penalty, Larry. Didn't see what happened
Thunderbird,
there.
Yeah. I didn't see it neither. I thought it was a high stick at first.
It's going to
go he's calling boarding.
Yeah, Solinger, and we had a chance to talk to Kevin Barterson before the game, Larry. He came up and...
his wife didn't want to make the stairs.
That's right. Well, they're tough stairs.
Yeah.
I admit.
You can bang your head on them. I've done that before.
Yeah, I have too. So,
Janet, that's her.
Yep, got a chance to say hello to a couple of the parents tonight.
Yeah, Dan Clark was here.
Yep. He was throwing out military terms on the Navy. I didn't know what he was talking about. What, bow, stern? I call it front and back. What are you talking about? Now face-off won by the Eagles. Keller behind the net.
Noah Solinger, 2 minutes, boarding.
Boarding the call on Solinger, so the Eagles on the power play. Again, we almost didn't think we'd have Bob there mic'd up. I had to do some last-minute fixing, if you will, and, well, luckily we got it. Now Barterson over on the far boards. Over to Keller. Keller with it. Well, with Vitale on this line. Now back to the point. Kept in by Tekel. 4 forwards on this power play. Now off the stick of Keller. Picked up by Vitale. Now Baber with it. He'll clear it down the ice. Minute 10 left on the Eagles power play. Still no shots on goal here.
No.
The first 4.5 minutes.
We have 1:05 left in the penalty, so the Eagles still have an opportunity.
Now the Eagles with it. Clark gets it to Palmerio. Palmerio across the blue line. Palmerio, nice spin move. He ends up hitting Caruso in the face there inadvertently. No call. Now here's the Eagles with it. Casey, William Casey, he had a goal last night. His first as an Eagle. Back to the point, Thoroldsson. Now Casey. Casey with the puck. Puts it behind the net. Now on the far boards to Rowe. Rowe with it. Rowe behind the net. Centering chance. Goes to Tassone. And he'll clear it to center. 25 seconds left on the power play. Eagles yet to have a shot. Thoroldsson will shoot it in. Gordon will stop that one. He'll leave it for Caruso, who's going to bang that one off the near boards and down the ice.
There's a shot on goal.
Yeah, first one of the night. 5.5 minutes into this game, if they count it. Now here's Saxton. Saxton finds Blair as Casey chips it in. So not a good power play for the Eagles. And they didn't count that shot, so we're still shotless. Now here come the Thunderbirds with it. That's Bellini. He'll flip it in. Biggest crowd of the season, I think, Larry, in here tonight.
This is a good crowd. Like, we're only seeing half of it.
Now we got a youth hockey tournament, a big one. Cabin Fever. Lots of people in town this weekend. Now Butcher chases it in his own zone. He'll play it off the boards. That's Banser across the blue line. Banser with the shot. Blocker save Gordon. Rebound goes along the far boards. Now we finally have our first shot on goal, Larry. Almost 6.5 minutes into this one. Now shot back into the Thunderbird zone. Gordon out of his net. Gordon over to Lawrence. Now Acosta. Acosta picks up the puck. Now rink-wide pass to Cicello. Main across the blue line. Goes off the skate of Terrio. Here's Orfanos. Now poke checked away by Cicello. He moves it in. Tried to put a move on, but lost the puck. Clark clears it down into the neutral zone. Picked up by Miller. Now Cicello. Pass. Goes to Van Team. One of the newest additions to the Thunderbirds. Van Team number 18 and Braden King number 2. Players without jerseys, or not names on their jerseys. Now the Eagles are going to get a penalty, Larry. And I think that's going to be a tripping call. And that might go against Barterson. And it looks like it is.
Yeah. Okay, it's not mine.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Yeah.
We just had John Bell had his truck towed. Yeah, right. We're listening now for plate numbers.
Lawson 8 BFU. That's my first 3. I heard the B and I got a little nervous. Thought I parked okay, but you never know.
Yeah.
With the snow and everything, sometimes you miss those lines and stuff.
And paintings on the roads. Yeah,
right.
That's ridiculous in the winter.
No luck there. Now here's Caruso or Calisti with it across the blue line. That'll be offside, so we'll have a face-off outside the blue line. 12:43 to play here in this first period. No score. Thunderbirds still have 1:45 left on their power play.
Okay, the Eagles' Nest is open, folks. It has ice-cold beer, Chicago-style popcorn, warm pretzels, wine coolers, and various soda pops to drink. There is a good crowd here.
Yeah, very good.
I got to do the guessing.
Christian Barterson, 2 minutes tripping.
So tripping the call on Barty. Thunderbirds on their first power play of the night. Now the Eagles try to clear it to center. They can't. Picked up by Smith. Now he moves in. Behind the net, now to the side of the net, Baber. Nice job by Keller to tie him up, but the Eagles can't clear it. Here's a shot. That goes high and wide. Rebound along the near side boards. Picked up by Terrio. Now back to Calisti. Calisti to Tassone. Tassone now just out of the reach of Calisti and goes back to center ice.
Getting a full change for the Eagles. New 4 guys coming on.
Now puck goes over the stick of Tassone. He chases it. Blair trying to get that puck loose. Now picked up by Baber. Thunderbirds with it. Caruso still looking for their first shot 8 minutes in. Now Caruso with the shot. That deflects wide. Picked up by the Eagles. They can't clear it again. Caruso keeps it in. Caruso over to Tassone. Tassone now had it poke checked away. Back to Caruso. Now Tassone. That one will go back to center ice. So the Thunderbirds having
cleared
trouble on there. Yeah, right.
Cleared the zone for the Eagles.
Having trouble on their power play. Still without a shot here. 30 seconds left on the power play. Caruso behind his own net with the puck. Up to Cicello. Now he'll fire it hard off the boards. Goes over the far side to Terrio. Now Solinger. Behind the net. Solinger back to Caruso. Caruso at the point. Passes it over. Terrio's with the shot. That one does get through, and Brancato makes his first save. With 11:04 to play here in the first period. 6 seconds left on the power play.
I'm surprised he saw that one, too, because there's a lot of traffic in front of him, but he caught that one. Good for him.
Coming up in the second period, we are going to play our world-famous game, Guess the Attendance. Larry on quite a streak. Are you up by 1 now?
Yeah, 8-7, I believe.
8-7. Larry's going to guess the attendance in the second period. It's going to be a tough one tonight. And I'll guess higher or lower, and you, too, can play at home and on Twitter. Expired penalty as a blocker save there by Brancato on the shot by King. Now Solinger gets it to McDonald. McDonald with the puck along the far boards. Now McDonald, backhand pass. Puck deflected on the near boards. Caruso's shot, gloved down there by Dieball. And Dieball will clear that one to center. Caruso picks it up. Now Dieball gloves it ahead. That's going to be, I think, a hand pass, Larry. So we'll have a face-off with 10:30 to play here in the first period. Again, if you're watching tonight on Twitter or watching on Hockey TV, please tweet us. Let us know what you think about the broadcast. Want to say hello to Stephen Orfanos, who says he misses the Puller. See you soon. Go Eagles. Want to say hello to the Lambertis watching from Arizona with Steve-O, who is visiting from Auburn, California. Uncle G is also watching from Chi-Town. Go Eagles. Thank you, Maria. And want to say hello to Linda Quinn. Chris and Linda Quinn, Kyle Quinn's parents, tuning in to cheer on the Eagles, will be in Chicago tomorrow. From Chicago tonight. And they'll be tuning in from Jamaica tomorrow night, Larry. You're not even paying attention to what I'm saying.
Yes, I am. I just watching. I was wondering if their penalty was going to be called there.
So thank you all for tweeting. You can tweet me, SNason2013. Now Miller with the puck at center ice. Halfway through this first period. Shots 2-2, scoreless. Now a shot there. Brancato with the save. Rebound goes to Casey. Nice pass across the blue line.
Offside, yeah.
As Vitale was in just a bit early.
It was a little bit real early.
We'll have a face-off with 9:47 to play here in the first period.
Okay, folks, when you're here, there's 50-50 tickets. And Chuck a Puck. Chuck a Puck's only $1. I think the 50-50 are only $1 too. $1 also. I'm not sure what. No, those are a little 5 for something or whatever, 10 for something, you know. But buy one tonight if you're here.
So we have a media timeout as, well, pretty evenly played first period. Not a whole lot of scoring opportunities, Larry, but I think we saw this the last time the Eagles and Thunderbirds played here. It was kind of a low-scoring, low-shooting kind of game, and
yes.
Right now it's setting up to be that so far.
They're feeling each other out. Nobody wants to make a mistake, and yet there have been a few mistakes made on both sides. I want to mention now, too, that Bill Vanderleest, the goalie coach, he's not here tonight.
Not here either.
No. But Bruno is here. There he is. Bruno's behind the glass there by where the Zamboni comes out. He's hiding behind Dave, the other equipment manager, him and Wolfie.
Now face-off controlled by the Eagles. I think you're seeing things, Larry. Now a shot there is a save by Gordon.
Oh, it looked like him, that guy.
He does move a lot quicker these days.
Yes, he does.
Well, I'll tell you what, you talk about a fast recovery.
Well, he waited long enough to have that surgery.
Easy.
No, I'm just saying he waited long enough to have that surgery, and they perfected it, where you don't wait 6 months or something, or 3 months to recover.
Now Keller with the puck. Poke checked away, picked up by Acosta. Acosta at center ice to Ford. Now Ford shoots it in. Brancato behind the net. Shot along the near boards. Picked up by Acosta. Now Acosta in his own zone. Center ice, picked up by the T-Birds. Now Ford will chase it in. Die ball on him. Die ball rides him out of the play. Now puck along the end boards. Ford kicks it to Acosta. Keller over there. Shots now 3-3 in this first period. Puck over in the far corner. Got 2 Thunderbirds over there. Now the Eagles come up with it. Clark gets it up to Barterson. Now Barterson loses the puck at center ice. Lawrence, he'll shoot it in. Picked up by Blair. Kind of fanned on that pass. Now the Thunderbirds looking to take advantage. They lose the puck. Blair can't clear it. Now taken away by the Thunderbirds with a chance in front. Puck loose in the crease. Somehow Teckle just got that out of there. Now the Thunderbirds with a chance. Shot blocked. Puck along the near boards. Blair. Teckle over there for the Eagles. Now picked up by Baber. Baber in the slot with the shot. That one blocked. Tassone avoids the hit. Now Barterson. Been out there a while. Glove down by the Thunderbirds player. That's Baber to Terrio. Now Smith. He loses the puck. Vitale has it. Saxton on the right wing side. Back to Vitale. Vitale goes to the net. Backhand shot. Blocker save there, Gordon. Vitale gets knocked down. That's going to be a cross check.
Yeah, they're calling the penalty on it.
As that's going to go against the Thunderbirds. With 7:39 to play here in the first period, the Eagles will go on their second power play as we're still scoreless.
Looks like number 26, Camaryn Baber. Maybe it's not. He was tied up there. Well, we got somebody else going into the box.
So Baber with the cross-checking call, and boy, looking at this crowd on this side, Larry, my goodness sakes. These stands are filled tonight.
They are. Well, it's student of the month, and
yep. And don't ask. Just because both my boys are here doesn't mean they're getting honors between periods. Their grades are good. Somehow the collusion of keeping them out of student of the month continues.
Big save by Gordon right there.
Now puck at the point row. Over to Thoraldson.
2 minutes cross-checking.
So Caruso does get 2 minutes for cross-checking. Eagles on their second power play. Brancato leaves it behind the net. Picked up by Casey with a lot of speed. Casey across the blue line. Now Casey with it. Behind the net. Back to the point.
Somebody's got to be shooting.
Rowe with it. Shot. That deflects wide. Bounces along the rail to Thoraldson. Nifty job to keep it in. Palmerio with it. Over to Rowe. Rowe moves in. Backhand shot. That one's blocked. Rowe with the puck. Still minute 10 left on the power play. Thoraldson to Palmerio. As that one kept in nicely by Rowe. Rowe to Saxton. Quick pass to Thoraldson, and we're going to have a...
Too many men, I think.
Oh, wow.
Too many men they had on the ice for the Thunderbirds, yes.
And the linesman caught it, and
yeah.
That's going to be a big penalty for the Thunderbirds. As that's going to give the Eagles a 5-on-3 opportunity, Larry, for a minute 1 on this 5-on-3.
You bet. Now, yeah. I think they're discussing who was going in the penalty box, but yeah, it'll be
somebody.
Baber. Well, Baber
does it have
was
to be
heading.
somebody on the ice for those,
No,
Larry? It could
no.
be anybody, right?
It could be anybody.
When does it have to be somebody on the ice?
If the goaltender gets a penalty.
Very good. Quizzing you.
And I passed, too.
With flying colors. So here we go. 5-on-3 opportunity for the Eagles.
I think that's Baber in the box now.
So here we go. Big face-off here, won by the T-Birds.
A bench minor. Too many men on the ice. Time of the penalty, 13-21.
So Baber serving that penalty. Eagles on a 5-on-3 with the puck. Clark.
You got to start shooting now. No more
Clark
passing around.
over to Rowe. Rowe now to Keller. Keller with the shot.
Oh,
it hits
crossbar.
the post. Another chance. That one's wide. Oh, Keller had a goal, but he hit the post. Now the Eagles have that one deflect off a Thunderbirds player down to the home team's end. Teckle with it. Teckle across the blue line. 25 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Now Keller at the point. Over to Teckle. Moving in Clark. Clark with the shot. Glove down by Gordon. He'll hold with 18 seconds left on the 5-on-3.
Now they're taking shots. Although it's 5-on-3, the first power play the Eagles had, no shot on goal. Same with the Thunderbirds. They're moving the puck around too much. You got to take some shots. Anything can happen.
So Face off to the right of Gordon. Saxton to take the draw. Blaney with the puck. They'll shoot it along the boards. Eagles will still have a minute power play if this one expires. Shot and a save there, Gordon. And he holds on to the rebound.
Yeah. Who was it?
Palmerio
was there waiting for that rebound.
8 seconds left on the 5-on-3. Minute 7 left on the power play. Shots now 7-3 in favor of the Eagles. We'll look at the out-of-town scoreboard here on the next break. As now the first penalty has expired, so it's a 5-on-4. A shot, save Gordon. That one got through. Now puck picked up by Saxton. Saxton in front. Palmerio, blocker save there. Might have gotten it with a stick. That was Gordon. Eagles with it. Casey fumbled the puck. Now gets it to Saxton. Back to Casey. Casey with the shot. And Gordon will make the save. Puck's kind of laying behind the net. Still loose.
Yeah.
Gordon
okay,
finally
now it's
covers
done, yeah.
that up. And we'll have a face-off with 37 seconds left on the power play.
Referee was right on the spot. You can hear him yelling, move it, move it, move it. And because it wasn't buried, so then finally Gordon got his glove on it. Eagles had another good scoring opportunity there.
Out of town, Blind River up on Espanola 3-0 in the first period. No score, French River at Kirkland Lake. And no score, Powassan at Cochrane. Laker hockey at Northern. They actually won a game Saturday, and they're winning tonight by the score of 1-0. Now quick shot, and a save. Puck goes along the near boards. Teckel gets it to Keller. Now Keller with the puck. 20 seconds left on the power play. Barterson to Keller. Now Keller loses the puck to Lawrence. 3 Eagles over there. Eagles finally come up to it, with it rather, Barterson. Now Keller behind the net. Vitale and Keller. And Vitale comes up with the puck, passes it over, but intercepted, and that'll do it for the power play. So the T-Birds dodge a bullet as we have 4:30 to play in this first period. No score. Puck at center ice. Bounces over the stick of Barterson. Now Cicello. As the Thunderbirds shoot it in, that's a shot on goal as Brancato makes the save. The 4th T-Bird shot in this first period. Now Keller. At his own blue line, Keller's pass to Orfanos. Cross the blue line, shot, save there, Gordon. He sticks it along the boards. Picked up by Caruso. Orfanos on him. Now behind the net. On the near boards. Tassone over there along with Banser. Orfanos still trying to get that puck. T-Birds come up with the Tassone. Nice pass. Rink wide. Gets it to Malpass. Now Malpass tried to do a fancy move past Thoraldson. To no avail. Now Schwab has it. Miller, the former Sioux Indian, almost had it for the Thunderbirds, picked up by the Eagles. As that's Quinn. Quinn shoots it in. 3:30 to play in this first period. Shots 10-4 Eagles, but we're scoreless. First of 2 this weekend between these two squads. They'll play tomorrow night at the Rhodes in Sioux, Ontario. Khaleesi with the puck. Cross the blue line. Khaleesi stood up there by Butcher. Orfanos at his own blue line. Pass just out of the reach of Banser. Picked up by Acosta. Acosta behind the net. 3 minutes to play in the first. Nice job by Palmerio to steal the puck, but the Thunderbirds get it right back. As Maine shoots it in. Costa chases it. Plays it off the boards. Now behind the net. Costa over to Ford. Lamberti with it. Eagles trying to clear it. Acosta keeps it in. Blair behind his own net. Passes it up to Casey. Now Casey across the blue line. He's got Lamberti going to the net. A shot. Misses the net. It's a player on the bench. That'll keep the face off, and the T-Birds end with 2:31 to play here in this first period.
Very good first period so
yeah, it
far.
is.
It started off slow and nobody taking a shot on goal, but the pace is picked up. Everybody's saying, all right, let's go for it now. We've waited long enough.
The number 1 team in all of junior hockey in Canada, the Sioux Greyhounds, down after 1 period at Sarnia, 2-0.
Wow.
Have not lost in regulation since before Halloween. And we have Halloween at the same time, unlike a couple other holidays. So that's not like last month Halloween. That was October Halloween. That one shot down the ice. No icing.
Wait that off?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Thoraldson up to die ball. Now that one hits a player on the bench. We've seen quite a few pucks hit bodies, doors, and everything else on the bench.
That face-off will stay inside the Eagles zone now.
Our next home game will be Wednesday night, as the Eagles will take on the Elliott Lake Wildcats. Haven't seen them in here for a while, Larry. Always a tough matchup for the Eagles. Yes. We saw that last night. Eagles had to go to double overtime to win. Potential first-round opponent. Of course, the Eagles want to avoid that first round, 2 out of 3. They'd have to finish first, second, or third. Now Rowe over shot, save there. Chance by Saxton, Gordon up to the task. Tassone at center ice, across the blue line. Tassone with it. Tassone over to Cello. Now open, moving in. Lawrence with the shot, deflection, and a goal. Lawrence with the shot. Smith will get the goal.
He's a goal scorer, that's Smith. He is,
and with 1:44 to play here in the first period, the Thunderbirds strike first blood. They lead 1-0. So after the Eagles dominated a lot of the play in the first period, the Thunderbirds scored on really their first good chance. And we'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. That one almost certainly will go to Nick Smith. And like you said, Larry, that guy knows how to score goals. Seems like he's been doing it for a while for this team.
Yes, he has.
We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter. Thunderbirds lead 1-0. Now puck back in the T-Birds' end. Waiting for Bob here. Still winded from, I think, climbing the stairs in pregame.
He wants an elevator, right? Yeah.
Now McDonald has it at center ice. McDonald across the blue line. He's got Solinger with him. Ooh, Clark, nice job there.
Thunderbird goal scored by number 22, Nick Smith. Assist, number 23, Ryan Lawrence. And number 15, Tristan Cacciario. The time of the goal, 18-16.
Didn't we practice that with him in the first?
Yes, we did, yeah.
So Cicello and Lawrence get the assists. Thunderbirds lead 1-0. Less than a minute to play here in the first period. Crusoe with it. Crusoe across the blue line. Crusoe puts it behind the net. He gets upended after the play. Now here's Teckel. Teckel across the blue line. Teckel moving in. That shot goes off the pad of a Thunderbirds player. Lamberti behind the net. Now taken away by the Thunderbirds. McDonald at center ice. McDonald kicks it ahead. Mal pass. Now Kalisti with it. Shot. That goes wide. Moving in is Baber. Now Butcher behind the net.
You want to clear the zone here with 15 seconds left.
That goal by Smith, Larry, you said he scores a lot, is 29th of the season. I think he tied Barterson for league lead. Now a shot there. Gordon makes a tough save with the blocker as that puck will go to center ice. And after one period of play, the Thunderbirds lead the Soo Eagles by the score of 1-0. Shots 13-5 Eagles, but they trail after one. Larry and I will be back for the second period here on Hockey TV. Nason, Larry Pozzebon back at Pullar Stadium after one period of play. It is the Soo Thunderbirds leading the Soo Eagles by the score of 1-0. Before we recap the scoring, look at the shots and other things, the Paz's thoughts on the first period.
Well, it started off slow for the first about 6 minutes. Nobody even wanted to take a shot on goal. Then the pace picked up and it never stopped. And I'll tell you, there's a crowd in here tonight.
Big crowd.
This is a good crowd, and I'll tell you, they're a loud crowd, which is great for both teams, and a lot of kids in here tonight, so I'm not sure where all these kids came from. They're all wearing different hockey jerseys.
Well, they have a big Cabin Fever tournament this weekend.
Oh, there
Larry.
You go. That's what's here tonight.
Yeah,
then.
and I know they heavily promoted this game in the elementary schools. I know my son, Liam, who's in fourth grade, he had stuff from the Soo Eagles as far as tickets, get a free popcorn. So Good promotion, and it's paying off. Recapping the scoring in the first period, the only goal was scored late in that first period.
18-16, Mark.
Yep, 18-16 is Nick Smith scored his 29th goal of the season with assists from Ryan Lawrence and Tristan Cicello. Shots on goal in that first period, 13-5 in favor of the Eagles, but they trail by the score of 1-0. Out-of-town scoreboard, no score after one between Powassan and Cochrane, the two top teams in the East. Blind River leading Espanola by a 3-1 count. That one in the second period, and no score in Kirkland Lake between the Kirkland Lake Gold Miners and the French River Rapids. The the Lake Superior State University Lakers were up on Northern Michigan 1-0, but Northern has scored 3 straight goals as they lead the Lakers by the score of 3-1 in the second period, and the Sioux Greyhounds trailing at Sarnia midway through the second period by 2-0 count. So, Larry, later on this period, you're going to try to guess the attendance. Good luck.
Hey, thank you.
I'm glad I got the higher lower end, and I want to say hello, one more hello on Twitter to one of our tweeters, Tom Blair. We heard from him earlier. Also watching in Iowa tonight, Brendan Blair's grandparents, Ron and Barb Sump. Also great aunt and uncle, Morris and Shirley Sump. Go Soo Eagles. So hello
Soo Eagles.
To the Blair family and the Sump family watching in Iowa. Of course, the Blair family in St. Louis. Want to say hello again to Stephen Orfanos watching in Illinois. We'll be seeing him in a few weeks, Larry.
Him and his 2 buddies,
That's
Larry
right.
and Jeff.
That's right. Want to say hello also to Maria Lamberti watching from Arizona, along with Steve-O, who is visiting from Auburn, California. Uncle G watching from Chi-Town. Also want to say hello to Linda Quinn, along with Chris, the parents of Kyle Quinn, watching from Chi-Town tonight. Tomorrow we'll be tuning in from the beaches of Jamaica.
Wow.
I want to say hello to Sven Schwab as well as Patty Lanning. So there you go. Lots of people watching, lots of parents here tonight.
Yes, there are a few.
Lots of people in general.
Whoa.
So here we go. Second period underway. This is
This is you know what? This is almost something like when the Lakers used to play here, but
Right.
it's even packed.
Well,
though.
this is kind of what the run we were talking about, those Dudley Hewitt Cups, the 4 overtimes. This was some of the crowds we saw during the playoffs, Larry, when we were sitting directly across in the crowd doing the broadcast.
Yes.
We've upgraded now. We're in the gondola, if you will. And so here we go. Second period underway. Eagles trail by 1. Tekel with the puck. Nick Tekel. Credit the Thunderbirds. They've shut down this line. Keller had a good chance. He hit the crossbar earlier in the first period. Now here come the Eagles. Keller had it poke checked away by Cicchello. Nice defensive play by him. Now Tekel. Lost the puck. Keller shot. Just goes wide. Puck along the near boards. Keller, along with Malpass, fighting for it. Picked up by Keller. Keller's shot. Stick down by Cicchello. Now Cicchello clears it to Dieball. Dieball up to Tekel. Now Tekel with the shot. That one deflects. It goes way up. Look out as that goes into the
exit.
The exit. Yeah, look at that kid.
Oh,
he didn't
he
expect
got
to get a puck going down the stairs, but he got it. And we'll have a face-off in the
That was
zone.
a good shot by the Eagles. He was screened, but it just happened to hit one of the Thunderbird players and went sky high.
Yeah, boy, it sure did. Face-off to the right of Gordon. Won by the T-Birds, Bellini. Bellini with the puck. Over to Smith. Now here's Bellini. Bellini's pass. Baber with the shot. That's high. Goes off the end boards.
Good setup by the Thunderbirds there.
Now picked up by Rowe. Rowe on the right wing side. Rowe with the puck. As Khaleesi just kind of held his ground. Now a Thunderbirds player goes hard against the boards. Lost his glove. Here's a chance for the Eagles in front of shot. That deflects off the far corner. Baber will wrap it along the near side. Picked up by Smith. Now the Eagles have it. Butcher's pass. Over to Blair. Picked up by Smith for the T-Birds. Tassone's shot. Deflects wide. Now Baber with the shot. Brancato had to be quick with the save, and he'll hold.
Yeah, that was a scary shot there on
It
goal.
was.
He almost squeezed it by the post and Brancato.
18-16 to play in the second period. Eagles in the midst of a 7-game stretch in 11 days. They played last night. They'll play tomorrow night in Sioux, Ontario against the Thunderbirds. They'll be at Blind River on Monday night. Back here on Wednesday night against Elliott Lake. And now we have a shot as the net goes off the mooring, so we'll have another whistle. A week from tonight, the Eagles will be in Espanola, and a week from Sunday, they'll be at Elliott Lake before the schedule kind of lightens up a little bit where they're only playing a couple games a week.
Okay.
Yes, face off to the left of Brancato. Shots 14-6. Eagles. King at the point over to Caruso's shot. Didn't get a whole lot on that. Picked up by Miller. Nice jump there by the ref. Van Team over in the far corner. Thunderbirds pick up the puck, centering chance off of Lamberti. Now the Eagles have it. Casey, he gets knocked down. King with it in his own zone. King at center ice, and we're going to have a whistle there. I didn't see what's going on here. Is the net off the
net's
boards
off,
again?
yeah.
I don't know how that happened as the puck was way down the ice. We'll have another face-off.
Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's putting the net on either. I mean, that's the job of the linesman.
Apparently, it's the job of Shane Brancato.
Yeah.
As now the referee will,
it's just,
will get it.
Everybody's got a job to do out there. You know, the goaltender knocks it off. Now the linesman's got to put it on.
Probably some people just filing in. Larry had a chance to go down, use the facilities. Boy, the line to the concession stand, my goodness.
And the beer line up.
You
see that one?
I didn't see that one. It was long. Luckily, found my sons. They're getting another ring pop, and apparently they're change dumped by John Bospus. Way to make money for the Eagles. Now puck along the near boards. Die ball has it. Shot. Deflected there, and Gordon had to be quick with that one.
Yeah, he looked like he was fighting it right at the end.
Yeah.
I don't think he saw it. That's why. Then he started fighting to look for it. But he got it, and there's still nothing by him.
17:21 to play in the second period. Eagles trail by the score of 1-0.
I want to see the Eagles score. I want to hear the building blow off this place.
Lakers get one back. They now trail Northern Michigan by the score of 3-2. Late in the second period. Puck in the Eagles' end. Picked up by the T-Birds. Chance in front. Now the puck.
He lost sight of it.
Was
That's
loose.
Right.
But the referee lost sight of it, so he blows it down. Yeah. And as an official, that's what you're taught. When you lose sight of the puck, even if it's loose, you got to blow it down.
Well, if you don't see it loose, then you lost sight of it.
That's right. Good point. Face off to the right of Brancato. Eagles win the face off. Clark with it. Clark scored the winning goals in the last two games for the Eagles. Now Quinn across the blue line.
Oh, he's calling that offside.
This he is.
And he's calling a penalty.
Now the referee with his arm up.
Eagles are getting one.
And that's going to be
I don't know. I thought Clark was going there. Yes, he is.
So Hayden Clark will get the gate as the Thunderbirds will go on their second power play. Didn't see what happened there, Larry, did you?
No, I didn't. I was looking. I thought he was blowing the whistle as an offside, and I said there wasn't offside. And then he's calling a penalty, so I don't know what he's calling.
So that'll move the face off.
I haven't even seen a signal yet, so he hasn't even gone to the...
That'll move the face off into the
here we go.
Eagles' end.
We'll catch a signal or something. Maybe. No.
We'll get Bob St. Peter.
Must have been the other guy that called it.
He catches all signals, and he'll let us know what this penalty
Eagle
is.
Penalty to number 18, Hayden Clark. 2 minutes roughing.
So roughing the call on Clark. Thunderbirds on their second power play. Now Khaleesi with the shot. Look out, that hits the wall and goes into the crowd as another youngster will get that puck.
There's a couple of souvenirs, eh?
Yeah.
Usually they don't get them. They hit the net and they come back or get stuck.
right.
No, there's two of them.
Now face off to the right. Brancato. Shots 15-6 Eagles. And now we have a whistle as we'll do that one again.
Somebody on the Thunderbirds was offside, so now they'll change the face-off person. So Baber's thrown out. And who's that? 28 Tasson's in.
Now face off. Won by the Eagles, but Bellini keeps it in. Bellini with the shot. That one stick there by Smith in front. Shot down the ice by the Eagles.
He tapped that right over to his partner.
He
over
did.
there.
Thunderbirds with it. Minute 30 left on the power play. Poke checked away by Saxton nicely at center ice. Now Saxton leaves it for Barterson. Now Barterson in the near corner. Eagles shorthanded. Here's Bellini. Gets it to center ice. Acosta passes it over to Smith. Now Smith loses the puck. Tasson behind the net. Minute 5 left on the power play. Going to be a penalty, I think, on the T-Birds,
yes,
Larry.
Yeah.
Is that a slashing call or a... It will be a
slash.
slash.
Yes, slashing. That's number 4.
Yep, that's going to go on Mr. Khaleesi, so that'll even it up 4-on-4 for a minute 4, and then the Eagles, barring any other penalties, will get the power play.
again, folks, when you're at the game here, there's souvenirs, and I think I said chuck a puck, eh? Like, they ran out of pucks. They could have sold a bunch more. They just ran out of pucks to toss. This ice is going to be flooded with black pucks after the end of this second period.
16:01 to play in the second period. 1-0 in favor of the T-Birds.
4, Robert Callisti, 2 minutes, slashing. But
So slashing the call on Callisti, or Callisti, either one. Now the Thunderbirds with the puck in their own zone. Van Team across the blue line. Van Team with it. Back to the point. Still 4-on-4 hockey. Crusoe at the blue line. Crusoe plays over to Terrio. Now Terrio had a player open in front, couldn't find him. Dieball's going to clear that one down. It'll be a little too slow for icing, I think, as Caruso catches up to it, not by much. Almost icing. Now here's Caruso with the puck. Center ice, Miller. Yeah, a little early there at the far side, I think. Now Terrio behind the net. Net, I think, might have went off the moorings again. Brancato makes the save. As Eagles player will come out of the box if he can catch up to that puck, Clark. Now the Eagles on the power play. Saxton with the puck.
Ooh,
Saxton
that one
now, let's catch that one up
I
here,
could have
Larry.
caught that a little bit.
Thoraldson with it. 45 seconds left on the power play. Don't see many pucks that high up here. Now shot in by Thoraldson. Picked up by Casey. Casey over in the far corner. Now
He got hurt on that one.
Yeah, Casey get hurt. Shot, save, rebound, puck loose in front, and Gordon will hold as Casey is slow to go to the bench. And now we're starting to see a little bit of the nastiness that we come to expect between these two squads, Larry.
Yeah, after the save is made, people start pushing each other around, which is really no need for it. A person is there, player is there, and that's what he stopped. Don't you start adding something? So you keep creating problems for yourself, and well, everybody escaped without getting a penalty, so it didn't hurt anyone, but except the person that got hit off the boards for the Eagles. Wow.
Casey. 14:26 to play here in this period. Face off to the left of Gordon. Shot 17-7 in favor of the home team, but they trail by 1. Now we're having a little bit of a delay here, Larry. As
Referee was asking the linesman if he saw something, and I think that's what Coach Cappy was asking about the hit in the corner when Casey went off.
T-Birds win the face-off. Puck behind the net, picked up by Rowe. Now Rowe centering chance. That goes through the slot. Blair over at the far point. 15 seconds left on the power play. Now Butchers. Pass,
he
deflected.
He waited too long.
By Solinger out of play, so that'll keep the face-off in the T-Bird zone with 12 seconds left in the period. Face-off to the left of Gordon. Vitale takes it for the Eagles. Banser gets the puck. Eagles win the draw. Banser back to the point. 5 seconds. That goes over the stick of Clark. And Eagles are going to have to go back onside, and that'll do it for the power play. The T-Birds at full strength. Puck behind the net. Now it's center ice. Oh, there's a big hit behind the play there.
Hey, look at this. Come on, referee, you got to call something.
Now.
Yeah.
Banser's getting hit by Lawrence. Cello goes to the bench. He got hit hard. He's upset, too. He's really upset. I just caught the tail end of it, Larry. As Cicello really upset, so we'll see if this one starts to intensify on the ice. Now here's Vitale. He's hit by Solinger. Banser picks up the puck. I think he's the one that did the hit. Now a chance in front. Picked up by the T-Birds. Now across the blue line, McDonald. McDonald put it with a shot, and Brancato will make the save. As Callisti got leveled there, as Coach Parko now really upset about the hit along with Toots Kovac. I didn't see it. I caught the tail end of it, Larry. Didn't look good from the tail end.
Yeah, the Thunderbirds are still mad.
Yeah, it was Banser that did the hit. And T-Birds coach is really upset.
I can see them being upset, but the Thunderbirds also, the Eagles are also upset at that hit on them. And they didn't send any of their players out for retaliation or anything like that.
Face off to the right of Brancato. 13:05 to play in the second period. 1-0 T-Birds. Now a shot by Bellini. Save Brancato. As the T-Birds starting to get a little closer on these shot totals. Now the Eagles at center ice lose the puck. Bellini with it. Now here's a chance for Orfanos. Across the blue line. George Orfanos with the puck. A shot. Misses the net. That one will go out of play, and I don't know if that was deflected, Larry. It looks like it might have been.
I'm not sure. We're looking around here.
So I'll bring the
it's going
face
to stay inside. Okay, folks, when you come to the rink here, you got to stop down at the concession, and if there's a crowd like this, go early, or you're not going to
go now,
or you're going to starve. Good
right
food
now.
down there, between the burgers and the fries and the chicken wings and poutine. You've got everything you want.
Now, for those non-Canadians, Larry, what the heck is poutine?
Poutine is French fries with cheese curds and gravy.
Now a shot and a
really
save there by Gordon.
Plugs up your arteries.
Yeah, I was going to say the calorie count would be off the charts for me. Now, Larry, it's getting pretty close to that
you're
time
right.
now.
I forgot all about that.
Our attendance challenge. You lead the overall season series by 1. You've won 3 in a row, and so you will have to put a guess up on the board. You can play along on Twitter. SNason2013. Larry's going to put a guess. I will say higher or lower, and you can play along on Twitter. I will say that this side of the rink is a little bit more full than the other side. The other side's pretty darn full. So I believe the capacity for this joint is about 1,300.
No.
That's what I've been told. No fake news here. Shot there and a save, rebound, puck loose, net off the moorings again. The referee fixes it, I think.
Yeah,
there he goes.
He is doing it.
Now here's Keller, and that'll be icing and bring the face-off back in the Eagles zone. Well, for those out of town that maybe are interested in hearing more about the Soo Eagles, the Northern Ontario Junior Hockey League, or just sports in general, I encourage you to listen to my sports show on Eagle 95.1 locally. It's called The Game. We broadcast on Monday nights, 6 to 8 o'clock. You can hear the game online at Radio Eagle Soo, that's SOO.com, or you can go to my podcast page, snason.podomatic.com. I also put it on Twitter as we talked to assistant coach Nick Perry this past week, as Brancato had to make a quick save. If there would have been more on that shot, it'd be 2-0.
Well, that was Butcher almost put it in. The puck hit his stick, and he started trying to eye-hand coordination on it, and he put it back to Brancato.
Out of town, Camaryn has gone up on Powassan 1-0 midway through the second period. Blind River has another goal. They lead at Espanola by 4-1 count, and French River with a 1-0 lead on Kirkland Lake. That one midway through the second period. 1-0 here in favor of the road team. The T-Birds now a chance in front, a shot. Sprawling is Schwab to stick that puck aside. Shots 19-13 Eagles. Schwab over in the far corner, picked up by Casey. Now back to Schwab. Schwab off the boards. Thoraldson. He'll clear it to center. Now Lamberti, he's decked there right in front of us. Good clean hit by Miller. Now Crusoe behind the net. Crusoe across the blue line. Crusoe with the puck. Now the T-Birds with it. Van Team with the shot. Blocker save Brancato. Miller moves in. Miller lost the puck. Shot back to center by the Eagles. Now the T-Birds have it at their own blue line. Van Team loses the puck. Now picked up by the Eagles. A chance. Palmerio. The pass out of his reach. Here come the T-Birds. Miller. Miller across the blue line. Ford was in offside. Well, the face-off. Oh, boy. Lamberti just decks Miller, and that's going to cause some attention as now there's a couple cross-checks.
Look at this. Yeah, come on now.
So now here
they
we go.
They got to call something.
Well, Lamberti's definitely going to get a hit. That one was well after the whistle. Miller got a couple good cross-checks in on Palmerio. So, Lamberti's getting the gate. We'll see if anything else is called. Now Lamberti better get to the box quickly, as King having some words with him. And so this one definitely picking up, Larry, here in the second period with the intensity. And
he's got to even this up on calls.
It looks like at least one Thunderbird. It looks like Miller's going to get away with a couple pretty good cross checks, as we definitely saw him lay the lumber a couple times.
Yeah. Thunderbirds have retaliated quite a bit here tonight on this, and they've been They haven't been called on any of them except maybe for this one right now. In fact, 2 Thunderbirds could be getting penalties on this if they work it out right.
Lakers trailed 3-2 at Northern. That one entering the third period. I want to say hello to JD Kotri, who has chimed in, says, looks like a full house. Stephen Orfano says, bad buffering all over. What is the guess? Well, we will put Larry's guess on Twitter, Steve, if you can't get it. Hopefully, I don't know if anybody else there is experiencing bad signal. Could be the internet provider. I don't think it's on our end. Everything looks good here.
Even us?
Well, depends who you ask, actually.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure there's some that may say yes, and there's some that may say, what the heck are you guys talking about? Yeah. So nothing on the board as of yet. These may even out, Larry.
Looks like that way it's going to be.
That's a break for the Eagles. And Coach Parko just kind of putting his arms up there saying, come on, guys.
Well, I think it was a break for the Thunderbirds because they had 2 guys cross-checking 2 different individuals. I know one of the linesmen was holding one guy off, and the rest of them were paying attention to stuff that was around the net. So, wait a minute. We got a door opening here. We got another Eagle going in.
Nothing's on the board as of yet. There's 5 Eagles, so it doesn't look like they're going to be shorthanded. Maybe a misconduct on the play? I don't know.
No.
We'll have to wait and see. 10:53 to play in the second period. Still 1-0 Thunderbirds on the goal by Smith in the first period. His 29th of the season.
Well, it's totally confusing out here right now because there's 5 players from each team on the ice. Eagles have 2 in the penalty box, and the Thunderbirds have 1. So
yeah, there might be a misconduct involved.
Yeah, there could be.
Greyhounds trailing at Sarnia 3-1 after 2 periods of play.
Now we'll see what the Greyhounds can do. They pulled one out last week,
yes.
They're in the third period.
Yep. So 5-on-5 hockey, nothing on the penalty board. I would assume we'll have coincidental minors and maybe a 10-minute misconduct, but we'll go to Mr. Roberto St. Pierre, otherwise known in these parts as Bob St. Peter. He'll get us up to date on what's going on as far as the penalties. As this second period, not exactly speeding by right now, Larry.
And we're not going to get a break for a while because, at the 10-minute mark, when they get the timeout, commercial timeout, what we call it, and guys in the penalty box.
Daniel Clark already putting a guess on the board, Larry. I like it. All right, let's hear from Bob.
Penalty to number 2, Braden King. 2 minutes cross-checking.
Okay, I was right on that one.
To the Soo Eagles, to number 24, Jake Lamberty. 2 minutes for roughing, plus a 10-minute misconduct.
What did I say, Larry?
Time of these penalties, 9:07.
I believe you said no when I first said that, so.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Okay.
Any apologies?
No. They're being consistent. You
yes,
got 2
no's.
no's.
Now here's a chance for the Thunderbirds. Acosta deflected in. Clark, stick that aside. Puck goes over back to Acosta. Acosta with the puck. Now Acosta. No. Puck in the near corner. Over the stick of Rowe. Rowe with the puck. Rowe centering chance. So over the stick of Saxton.
Saxton was tied up real well. Ooh, look at.
Costa over to Lawrence. To Ford. Ford at the blue line. Gets it to Cicchello. Good to see him back out there. We have another penalty, Larry. It's going to go on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And so the Thunderbirds will go back on the power play.
It's calling hooking.
9:40 to play here in the second period. I think it was Casey was the one that got hurt for the Eagles. Don't know if we've seen him. I don't think he's been back since then. And Cicchello was the one that got hit over along the far boards. He was just back on that last shift. So we'll keep an eye on Casey. I don't think he's been out since then.
I haven't noticed his number.
So Larry, immediate timeout. Tell us more. Tell us anything at this point.
Tell me more. Okay. What are we going to do? Student of the month after this period and chuck a puck. So we got a lot of excitement going on. Plus we got a world famous attendance count, and I'm still counting. So this little break, and it's pretty hard for me to count while I'm talking. So I don't know what we're going to do here now.
I'm parenting between whistles there. Yucca's son finally found his friend Dylan after a period and a half. It's kind of hard to find. Usually he can find him easily, but tonight it's like, where's Waldo? You remember those things?
Yes.
Where's Dylan tonight? Luckily he found him and got his bug juice, so he's going to be up till midnight.
Oh, bug juice.
Well, it's that caffeine stuff.
Oh.
So, Larry, this is a good time maybe to put your attendance challenge
I forgot
out
about
there.
that. Okay, let's see that.
We already have one guess in, but I'm going to let you go.
Okay. I get one. You could talk. I'm still thinking here. I got some numbers rolling around in my head. I'm just trying to get them all together.
And I'm getting the tweet ready.
1356.
1356.
That's what I'm saying.
Lower.
I'm saying 1356.
Lower, sir. 1356. So you can play at home.
Okay, I got to write that down.
On Larry's guess. I'm going to put Larry says, whoa, Larry almost lost it. 1346.
1356.
Oh, you're going 50. You're even going up 10.
Well, I don't want to lie, I mean, 1356.
All right, so I'm putting it out there. And I say, this is riveting broadcasting right here. I say lower.
Yeah, I got you down lower.
All right, so we will see. So again, tweet me SNason2013. We already have a guest, Daniel Clark, who's here. He says 1084. Svein Schwab says 923. I'm going to say somewhere in the thousands. I think maybe we're going to nose over about 1,000, maybe 1,010, but I'm going lower.
You're going lower.
Are you just trying to just let me get back in this and tie it, Larry? 1,300, come on.
Yeah, that's why I didn't believe you when you said this building holds 1,300.
Maybe that was my whole strategy there. Now a shot there by Kalisti.
2 minutes, hooking. Time and a penalty, 10-20.
So Rowe with the hooking call at 10-20. Thunderbirds on the power play. Bellini over along the far boards. Now back to Bellini. He winds and fires. That one goes wide. Picked up by Butcher. Kept in by Bellini. 1-0 T-Birds. 9:15 to play in the second period. Thunderbirds on the power play for $1.30. Now the Eagles skate it to center and shoot it down the ice. Gordon stops the puck behind the net. T-Birds clear the zone. Got numbers. Across the blue line. And now taken away by the Eagles. Might have a 3-on-1. Here's Teckel with it. Teckel, Keller, Butcher, Teckel. Oh, over the stick. Just out of the reach of Keller. Now Teckel over in the far boards. Picked up by Keller. He moves in a shot. Gordon with the save. Big rebound. Puck loose. Taken by the Thunderbirds. Baber. Baber at center ice with a minute left on the power play. Baber tried to get around Schwab. Banser along the end boards for the Eagles. 3 Thunderbirds over there. They come up with the puck. Smith, dangerous player. Back to Cicello. Now Smith moving in. Smith likes to snipe from there. Shot. That gets deflected. Goes to the near side boards. 35 seconds left on the power play. Crusoe at the point. Crusoe now back to Baber, who moves in. Baber with the shot. That deflects wide. Cicello catches up to the puck. Now behind the net. Tassone back to Caruso. 20 seconds left on the power play. Caruso at the far point. Near side. Tassone winds and fires. Save Brancato. Rebound. Swatted away by Blair. Shots 20-15 now in favor of the Eagles. 10 seconds left on the power play. At the blue line, Caruso slides over to the far corner. Blair trying to keep that puck there as Eagles back at full strength as Rowe comes out of the penalty box. So neither team has scored yet on the power play. Terrio gets it over to Van Team. Puck in front of the Thunderbirds bench. Terrio keeps it in. Loved by Blair, who will shoot it down. Cicello chases it down. No icing. As we have 7:15 to play in the second period. Long pass up ice. Right to the stick of Miller. Now Miller with the shot. Brancato with the save. As Schwab just shoots it back to center ice. Crusoe in his own zone. That one's going to be icing.
No
icing.
Off.
They wave that one off, so puck behind the net. Tharaldson can't clear it. Van Team with the puck. Plays it over to Miller. Now Miller at the far boards. Miller lost the puck as Tharaldson can't clear it. Now the Eagles do. Vitale over at the far boards. Puck taken away by the T-Birds. Miller. Now Vitale chips it up to Rowe. Back to Vitale. He's got Saxon on the near side. Good job by Miller. Now puck in front. Swatted away by Cicello. Die ball at the far point. Over to Saxon off of his stick. Back to die ball. Die ball shot. Blocker save there, Gordon. Puck on the near side boards. Back to center. Tharaldson. He'll shoot it in. 6:10 to play here in the second period. Still 1-0 T-Birds. These teams will meet tomorrow night at the Rhodes in Soo, Ontario. Catch that one on Hockey TV. They're good friends from the T-Birds. Now here's Theriault with it. Theriault with the shot. That's up high. Brancato makes the save. Butcher along with Palmerio. Palmerio with the puck. Palmerio up to Saxton, and that one's going to be gloved down by Gordon, and he'll hold with 5:47 to play here in the second period.
A couple of sponsors for tonight's game. Salon C, Midwest Strategy, Century 21, and Guido's Pizza.
All right, well, we have a couple changes there. Shane Schwab says 14:37. He's saying higher. He's changed his mind all of a sudden, Larry.
Ooh,
and Steven Arfano says way under. He says 9:76.
Oh, Eagles almost had a man on a breakaway inside the blue line.
Now that one shot down the ice, and we'll have an icing call. Want to say hello to Eagles owner Ron Lavin, who just landed and is watching on his phone.
Landed where? Here?
It just says landed somewhere. He's in the air and home computer in about 45 minutes, so he must be in the greater Chicago area. Wanted me to say hello to you, Larry.
Okay.
So,
hi, Ron.
Hello, Mr. Lavin. Got a good crowd in here, Ron.
Yeah.
A very good crowd. Now here's Kalisti with the puck. 1-0 in favor of the Thunderbirds. Puck at center ice. Butcher shoots it in. Now Kalisti over at the far corner. Lamberti on him. Lamberti knocks down Kalisti. Coach Cappy wanted a penalty there. Now Kalisti behind the net. Palmerio trying to get that puck. Now Bellini comes up with it. Bellini at center ice. And we're going to have a penalty, I think, on the Eagles, Larry. And now here we go. Casey, who's definitely back on the ice. And here we go. Casey going at it there with, I believe, McDonald. Now here's McDonald's. We got a couple other players there. Casey and McDonald. Yeah. McDonald getting some shots. Oh, big shot there by McDonald. My goodness, he connected on a couple bombs at the end. And that's a pretty darn good fight. Casey stood his ground, but you got to give a TKO there to McDonald. He really got a couple big hits on Casey. Wow, that's one of the better fights we've seen all year, Larry. And
Casey's helmet came off and McDonald's didn't, so when Casey, I think, was throwing punches, he was in plexi.
Yeah, and you see some blood on the ice there. And that's what we're used to in past years with these two squads. And, well, we hadn't seen Casey out there since he got hit. And this crowd electric is now Saxton having some words with Kalisti. And, well, we didn't quite see this, Larry, in some of the previous matchups against these two teams this year. But, boy, we're seeing it now.
You saw one of the Thunderbird players jump one of the Eagle players from behind. The linesman broke that up. Once he got that settled down, he had to go and help the other linesman with the fight. This makes there's going to be some interesting calls on this. There should be some interesting calls on this.
Well, the initial call was going to go against the Eagles, and so we'll see what happens here with the extra penalty calls as they are discussing it. So. What do they call it, Larry? Old-time hockey?
Old-time hockey.
And so we're seeing a little bit of that tonight.
I went to a game and the fight broke out.
That's right. So we've seen some over the 8 and 10 years that we've been doing these broadcasts, Larry. We've seen some crazy things over the years. That was just your basic fight right there.
Yes, it was, yeah.
Both guys wanted to go. They did. And, well, McDonald got the better of Mr. Casey, but give Casey credit, he stood his ground.
Yeah. Do we have heights or anything on McDonald? He's a big boy, he looks like.
Yeah, McDonald 6'2".
Okay.
And Casey, he weighs in at 6'1", 6'1", 190. Yeah. McDonald 6'2", 190. So, yeah, it's about an even battle there as far as the tail of the tape. But I think even the Russian judge is scoring that one for McDonald.
Okay, yep.
So 4:57 to play here in the second period. While we have a moment, let's look at our out-of-town scoreboard. 2-0 Camaryn over Powassan after 2 periods in Camaryn. 4-1 after 2. Blind River leading Espanola, and French River surprising Kirkland Lake after 2 on the road by the score of 2-0. Laker hockey on the road tonight at Northern Michigan. Trying to get an update there as the usual scoreboard's not working tonight that I use. It's still 3-2 Northern after 2.
I see
Two Greyhounds trailing 3-1 after 2 to Sarnia, Larry.
3-1. I see, what's his name? Bobby Price up in the stands there. His right arm in a sling.
Yeah, Bobby Price, you remember last week he got hurt along those boards.
Right, yeah. He's out with a separated shoulder.
Yeah.
Couple of weeks, 3-4 maybe, something like that.
Yeah, and
still got time to get back.
Mr. Schwab's asking, his picture froze right before the fight, asking what happened. The call was going to be on the Eagles. I don't know if it's a roughing or a cross-checking penalty, and then players retaliated, and it was just a situation there at the blue line where I don't know if it was Casey that had the initial penalty, but Casey was the one that tangled with McDonald. They went at it. They dropped the gloves, and it was even early in the fight, but then McDonald got those 2 shots at the end. So the 2 minutes up on the board for the Eagles. I think that was the initial call. And then you'll probably see 5 and, a game for each of those guys? Do they
really
get kicked out after one fight these days, or how does that work?
I think it works in the last
10 minutes?
10 minutes, or
Okay.
5 minutes, or something like that. It used to be 10. I don't know if it's down to 5, or I'm not quite sure of that ruling.
I thought I was under the impression that if you drop the gloves and fight, you're gone for the game now.
That's college hockey.
Maybe that's where I'm hearing it.
Yeah, one time in college hockey, you fought this game, you were thrown out, and you were thrown out of the next game.
And then once upon a time, you could fight 3 times in a game, and then you were thrown out.
Yes.
Some of those Dave the Hammer Schultz, and who are some of those other guys? Tiger Williams?
Yeah.
Who are some of the other? Well, Probert, of course.
Wendell Clark.
Wendell Clark,
he was a scrapper, too.
Joe Koser, the Bash brothers for the Red Wings.
How about the Plaguers?
Yeah. Ty Domi, of course.
Yes, there you go.
Oh, yeah.
Ty Domi's still bashing. He's on TV doing commercials.
Oh, is he doing commercials
now? He's working for a telephone company, bashing everybody else's
and
phone.
his son Max Domi, I don't know whatever happened to him.
I think he's in Phoenix.
Is he in Arizona? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so it looks like the Thunderbirds will go on the power play. We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter as far as the penalties. Looks like, hard to tell who's in the box. Number 18 for the Eagles, Clark in the box. So he might have got the initial penalty. We'll sort it out with Bob. We'll see if McDonald and Casey get first dibs on the hot water and the showers. Those of them upgraded around here too, I believe.
No, they're saying the Eagles got to put somebody else in the box. They have one in there. They had the linesman is talking to Jim Cappy.
So we are almost to 9 o'clock here, Eastern Standard Time or Daylight Time, whatever it's called these days. And, well, we're still in the second period. So this one's going to go a while tonight, as this second period not exactly flying by.
No, I said that earlier. This is going to be a long game, but I was thinking of the crowd and the chuck-a-box and thing, and the
Student of the Month.
Student of the Month. Yeah, well, it's going to be longer.
So it looks like the Eagles will get another player in the box, or Fano. So we'll see what this is all about, as you would say, Larry, on your side of the pond. We'll get the call. Thunderbirds on the power play.
Thunderbird penalty to number 25, Caden McDonald. 5 minutes for fighting plus a game.
See, I told you.
Okay.
Again.
To number 17, Tyler Malpoff. 4 minutes for roughing plus a game.
Wow.
Guess
To
he
the
didn't start
Soo
it.
Eagles, to number 26, William Casey. 5 minutes for fighting, 2 minutes for tripping plus a game.
Okay, so Casey got
To
the
number
initial.
18, Hayden Clark. 4 minutes for roughing. The time of these penalties
so
is
Clark
15:03.
Gets 4 for roughing, but not a game, and they kick out Malpass. So the Thunderbirds lose 2 players in that exchange. The Eagles lose 1. So Clark must have been with Malpass, but didn't do anything to get kicked out, which is good. His dad drove a long way.
Yeah.
We want to see him for half the game. Thunderbirds still on the power play for 1:05. We're 4 minutes to play in the second period. Thunderbirds still lead 1-0. No goals in the second period. The only goal by Smith. Now here's a chance for the Thunderbirds in front. Now puck behind the net, and that one gets frozen, or at least according to the referee, frozen. He couldn't see it, so we'll have a face-off in the Eagle zone.
Thunderbirds weren't happy on that call and
No.
that whistle. But that usually happens. The referee blows the whistle, and all at once the puck comes loose. What are you going to do?
Oh, we got a video, Larry, from Joe McPhail. As Scott better guess high, 875. Look at that. We got the panoramic. Must be behind the net there. I like it.
875. Oh, it's got a long way to go if he wants to guess high.
Now Cicello behind the net.
Or is he saying 18?
No, not 8. This place doesn't seat 18. Maybe back in the days before they had fire codes. 30 seconds left on the power play as the Eagles shoot it back into the T-Birds' end. This sets up for a very interesting third period here.
Well, this one's not over yet,
No.
this period.
Thunderbirds with it. Neither team doing a whole lot on the power play tonight. That one shot down the ice. Caruso with the puck.
Things have quieted down
They
after
have.
that fight and those penalties, you know. Now the players have to start getting going again.
Or the fans have to get to the beverage line again.
Yeah.
That usually helps. Remember back in the day with the Coast Guard across the way. Now here's a chance. Banser's shot goes high over the net, as that will do it for the power play. Eagles back at full strength. Shots 21-16 in favor of the home team. Will have an offside. And so that'll bring the face-off outside the blue line.
A couple more sponsors for tonight's game. Air Bear Travel, Best Western, War Memorial Hospital, Law Offices of William Dyke Justin, Harmony Health Foods. I think Harmony Health Foods are either power play or penalty killing, one of them. Sponsors of that.
I think so.
Okay, Thunderbirds have the puck in their own zone. Oh, and
here's a chance for the Eagles. Yep, that's Rowe over to Vitale. Nice job there by the Thunderbirds player to just dive out of the way.
Puck coming over the blue line. Here come Thunderbirds now. Get it over the blue line.
Solinger on Saxton. Now Saxton with the puck, picked up by Rowe. Rowe on the left wing side. Puck checked away by Maine. Now shot in by Blair.
Offside.
Bellini with the puck behind his own net. 2 minutes to play here in this second period. Coming up between periods, don't go anywhere, as we'll have the Student of the Month announced. There's a lot of them here tonight.
And there's Chuck a puck after that.
Yep, now Solinger Acosta with the shot. Save Brancato. Over to Cicello. Thunderbirds with the puck. Shots 21-17 now in favor of the Eagles, but the Thunderbirds have outshot them in this period.
Yes, sir. They have.
Tally has it poke checked away by Baber. Now die ball at the point with the shot. Goes off of Lawrence. Kicked by Palmerio. Glove down by Baber. Baber plays it to Lawrence. Thunderbirds without two players now after the altercations. Eagles down one. And so that'll be a face-off with 1:24 to play here in the second period.
This is great.
Definitely a fun game tonight.
This is exciting now. I'm waiting for the attendance now. I figured maybe I'm, what would I say, 13?
You said 13:56.
Yeah, but maybe not that high, but it's going to be high.
You're like Trump on Inauguration Day.
No, I'm just
thinking there were millions of people.
Yeah, there's a lot of people here.
Now a shot there. Yeah, there are. Goes behind the net. Puck loose. Over to Quinn. Now Quinn off the boards, picked up by Lawrence. Minute left to play here in the second period. As we're approaching about 45 minutes of this second period has been played. Or around that since I started the recording. The puck taken by the Eagles over just out of the reach of Quinn. 40 seconds left here in the period. Lamberti behind the net. Now Quinn has it. Quinn. It's knocked down. Baber's going to play that one, and I think that might have hit somebody on the bench.
Nick.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go, yeah.
And Baber and Quinn going at it, and those two are going to tangle as looked like an Eagle player got hit after the whistle, Larry.
I think it was Baber.
And so it was Lamberti, who I think drew the ire a little while ago of a couple of the Thunderbirds players. So we'll see if the T-Birds are guilty of the only infraction. This one really picking up in the intensity in the second period.
They're just giving the one penalty to Baber roughing.
So the Eagles will be on the power play. If they don't score in 33 seconds, it'll carry over to the second period. And you got to wonder with these out-of-town teams, many of them probably seeing the Eagles for the first time, they're probably like, wow, we like this.
Yeah,
this is
really.
a lot of fun.
Yeah, let's come here again. Mommy, Daddy, can we come back next week?
That's right. You talk to anybody that comes to these games, if they hadn't seen the game, they'll say, oh, that's a lot of fun.
Camaryn Baber, 2 minutes roughing.
Roughing the call on Baber. Vitale with the scoring chance. 20 seconds. Clark at the point. Now Clark with the shot. That deflects over to Keller. Keller just almost out of the reach of tackle. Keeps it in. Clark over to tackle. Tackle with the shot. Oh, that hit Bellini in front. That's going to leave a mark. As Bellini's slow to get up, but credit him for blocking that shot. There's maybe one last chance for the Eagles. Vitale's got to shoot it. He does, and it's Bellini.
Bellini again.
Oh, my goodness. Poor Bellini on that shift. After 2 periods of play, we got a dandy here at Pullar Stadium. Our score, the Thunderbirds 1, the Soo Eagles 0. We'll be back with the third period. Don't go anywhere on Hockey TV. Scott Nason back at Pullar Stadium here on Hockey TV. Our score after 1 period of play. The Soo Thunderbirds lead the Soo Eagles by a 1-0 count in that very spirited second period. No goals were scored, but boy, we had a lot of action. We'll get to color commentator Larry Pozzebon here in a moment as, well, no scoring in that second period. Shots 12-8 in favor of the Thunderbirds. The only goal in this game so far scored in the first period as Nick Smith scored his 29th goal of the season with assists from Ryan Lawrence and Tristan Cicello. Shots on goal in the game, 21-17 in favor of the Soo Eagles. And Larry, the second period, I mentioned that, well, no goals were scored, but lots of things happened. Your thoughts on the second period in the game so far?
Well, the second period got a little lively in here. A lot of instigating going on by both teams, I guess. A good fight for the Thunderbirds. They came out on top on that. Eagles, I don't know what I could say. I got to refer to the Thunderbirds only having 5 shots in the first period. They pick up a dozen here in the second period and made the game a little closer, at least on the shot chart. But I think they held the edge, and goaltending again played a big part in this period. And the missed chances by the Eagles. They got to capitalize on your opportunity. The Eagles haven't capitalized on theirs. The Thunderbirds have on that one play. They capitalize on that one, and that's why the score is still 1-0.
3 players received game ejections in that second period. Tyler Malpass along with Cade McDonald. McDonald squared off with William Casey, who has the third game misconduct after that fight. So both benches a little bit short, and it's a very feisty affair here at Pullar Stadium.
Now, Eagles they lost the period, they've tied a period, now they have to win this period. And win it by 2 goals, or else we're going to go into overtime. And you can't guarantee the Thunderbirds will let them get to a double overtime because that's where the Eagles prevail. So Eagles have to win this period.
Looking at the out-of-town scoreboard, Larry, in the NOJHL tonight, there are 3 other games beside this one. As Blind River was up on Espanola. Looks like I'm not able to get any scores at this time. We do have a couple other scores. The Lake Superior State University Lakers do what they do a lot this year, lose. They lose at Northern by the score of 3-2. The Hounds tied it at 3 against Sarnia, but now Sarnia has gone up 4-3 on the Soo Greyhounds, as looks like internet may be playing some tricks on me right now. So we'll have to go to Twitter to find out now. And, well, I guess there's one other thing we need to find out, Larry. Tonight's attendance now. Lots of people in here. Biggest crowd of the year. As a matter of fact, it's the biggest crowd anywhere in 2018 for a game in Sioux, Michigan as far as athletics. Larry, you said that there are 1,356 people in attendance. I said way lower, maybe in the thousands. Larry, what's our attendance tonight?
1,225.
1,225 fans?
Fans.
And so, Larry, I win, and we are tied, and we will break the tie Wednesday night against Elliott Lake.
No, we won't.
You won't be here. All of a sudden you're just going to spring that on me.
Yeah, I've been meaning to do that, not on the air, but I better before I forget again.
So we'll have to fly solo on Wednesday against Elliott Lake, but that's okay. You're a busy guy, and, that's okay. All right, we got some out-of-town scoreboards or scores now coming in. It's coming in, old school there. I threw that in there. They're calling in the scores now.
Yeah, we got somebody in every game.
That's right. Camaryn up on Powassan 3-1 midway through the third period. Blind River's going to win. They lead Espanola 6-1 late in the third, and Kirkland Lake has come back and has tied French River at 3. That one late in the third period. See if we can get a Soo Greyhounds score here as they were trailing 4-3 to the Sarnia Sting, and they have lost. So they lose 5-3, only their 4th loss of the year in 44 games.
5-3, that's an open net goal.
Yep, and they
empty net.
lose for the first time in regulation since before Halloween. So the Hounds with a rare loss, but still playing well. So here we go, Larry.
That's good, though. No, I don't mean it's good they lost, but now
you need to lose at some
you
point.
got to lose.
Right.
Yeah, so, okay, now you start over again. That's all.
So here we go. The Eagles will start the third period on the power play for 1:27, but they trail 1-0 as we start the third period here at a very loud and busy Pullar Stadium. Now Tekel puts a shot on Gordon, and he'll make the save.
See, this is
period.
Yeah, Lawrence is starting stuff there. There's no need for that.
So these two teams very feisty. Definitely the feistiest affair we've seen between the T-Birds and Eagles this year.
See, well, I can't get into it.
No, you can't.
No,
and the
I
Eagles
can't.
and Thunderbirds will thank you. Moving on, the Eagles and
Yeah.
Thunderbirds should hear what the radio guy said in the second period. He told me, holy mackerel. Good thing that's not monitored.
I'm going to have to go work for them.
Yeah, I think so. I think there might be people in agreement. Now here's Thoraldson with it. I have a $5 on that, Larry. Or 10, I'm sorry. Now here's
10.
Keller.
My 10.
Tackle. Shot there up high. Gordon with the save. Puck along the near board. Still a minute left on the power play. Always tough to start a period on the power play. The Eagles will take it. Back to the point, Clark. Clark moves in, swings it over. Thoraldson, a shot. Good shot, but he missed the net. Rebound along the near side boards, picked up by Tekel. Back to the point, Thoraldson shot. Save Gordon. Barterson over to Tekel. Tekel with the puck.
Oh.
Bad pass. Solinger's just going to clear that to center. Thunderbirds coaches wanted an interference call.
That is not a penalty. He had possession of the puck. His last one. The fans and the coaches, they don't understand that rule in this league.
Now Clark over to Barterson. Over behind the net. Sorry. Vitale. Vitale back to Butcher. Butcher with the shot. Blocker save there, Gordon. 15 seconds left here in the power play. That one shot down the ice.
Come on, you got to call icing.
Well, they're shorthanded, Larry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, there we go. They got that one on me.
They do. Now Blair across the blue line with the shot. Save there by Gordon. Puck goes back to center ice. Thunderbirds at full strength. Brancato just going to glove that one down and hold with 18:24 to play in the third period. Thunderbirds still lead 1-0.
I got to make one mistake a game.
Well, you've made a few tonight, actually, Larry, but who's counting?
Won this period, that's all. Who's counting?
Huh?
Okay, Ford Motors, Kuwait Casinos, MR Auto Body, and Neville Superette. There's some more sponsors.
Thank you. Stick with the sponsors here, Larry. You're getting a little feisty over there. It's been a while, actually. Now a shot there. It's kind of like Trump on Twitter. It may be a while, but you know at some point it's going to come out, which is okay by me. Now a quick shot there. Hits player in front. Now here's Saxton. Saxton's pass. Just out of the reach of Vitale. Bellini with the puck behind the net. Now Acosta. On the near side, that's Maine. Tanner Maine, number 12 for the Thunderbirds, cross the blue line. Maine centering chance. Tasson at the doorstep. Now Clark picks it up. Clark gets it over to Rowe. Rowe at center ice. Shoots the puck into the Eagles' end. Picked up there by Kalisti. Now Kalisti across the blue line. Kalisti moving to the net. Shot blocked by Clark. Now Acosta. Puck goes over to Saxton. Now Vitale. Vitale across the blue line. Now a couple players collide behind the net. That's going to be a penalty on the Thunderbirds.
Yeah. Backman is calling that one.
And so the Eagles will go back to the power play. 17:21 to play here in the third period.
Calling tripping.
Be a tripping call. And I believe that's on Kalisti.
Yeah.
So the Eagles will go on the power play. Both these teams will be in action tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center as the Eagles take on the Soo Thunderbirds, and then the Eagles will be at Blind River on Monday.
There won't be 1,200 at that game.
No, that we
two.
Either one, yeah. Combined won't be 1,200.
No.
For Robert Callisti, 2 minutes, tripping.
So tripping the call. Eagles right back to the power play. Tekel at the point with the shot. That deflects wide. Goes to Clark. Now Cicello does a good job to stop the puck, shoot it down the ice. Brancato with the puck. 17 minutes to play in this third period. Still 1-0 T-Birds. Keller across the blue line. Keller loses the puck and kept in by Tekel. Nice job. Tekel moves to the net. His shot deflects wide. Now here's Barterson. Barterson behind the net.
Oh,
Barterson a chance in front. Gordon with a beautiful save on the chance. Who was that? Palmerio in front, Larry.
No, yeah, it was him. Wow.
Wow.
What a save. What a setup.
Sprawled out there, and well, we've seen him do it against the Eagles time and time again. And he did it there.
He's got to be, I think, the premier goaltender in this league.
I think many people would agree with that, Larry. He's definitely one of the more experienced ones. Has a lot of games in on a winning team that's in first place. A lot of good goaltenders in the West Division.
Yes,
the Eagles have a couple of their own. McPhail and Brancato. Blind River had a real good one in Corson, but they picked up former Eagle Cam Robbie. So he's pretty good in his own right. Now Palmerio with it. Still a minute left on the power play. Palmerio, we're going to have a penalty. He's going to go on the T-Birds. He doesn't want to give him the puck.
You want to give him the puck.
And
That's
do.
it.
Good job.
One. That was
Clark,
a good one.
Very
Clark,
smart play. Yeah, we don't see that a lot.
We're in harmony here.
Apparently, yeah.
Look at now he throws another slash at him.
The Eagles just want to skate away right now. There's nothing they want to do to negate this 5-on-3. So another opportunity. They had one almost a similar time as far as time on the 5-on-3. They had about a minute on the 5-on-3 in the first period. Yeah. So a good chance for the Eagles. 5-on-3 for 52 seconds with 16:13 to play here in the third period. They trail 1-0.
Now this is an opportunity for them. Hey? Remember, we said you got to capitalize on your opportunities.
Thorlson winds and fires. That hits Solinger in front. Here's Vitale with it. Vitale over. Just passed just out of the reach of Rowe. And here's Cicello, a 2-on-1. Cicello with the puck. Eagles get back, but Cicello gets tripped, and you knew that was coming.
Oh, yes.
That
was a trip, though.
Yeah, that was as about a give me a penalty as you're going to see. And so now we'll have a rare 4-on-3. Don't see those very often. A few fans voicing their displeasure, Larry, but that's about as give me a call as you're going to see, especially when the team's shorthanded by 2. So 4-on-3 hockey for 33 seconds, and then we'll have 4-on-4 before the Thunderbirds, barring any other penalties, will get a brief power play.
18 seconds if nothing happens.
15:54 to play in the third period. Face off to the right of Brancato. Baber wins the draw.
Bellini, 2 minutes for slashing.
So Bellini had the
for the
slash
Soo
on the
Eagles,
previous
number
one.
23, Kellen Thoralson, 2 minutes tripping.
So Thoralson gets the other penalty, tripping. So 4-on-3 hockey. Eagles on the power play. Rowe across the blue line. Poke checked away. Now Lawrence gets it to Vitale. Now Vitale loses it, gets it to Lawrence. He'll shoot that one down the ice. Butcher will chase, and so now we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for a minute 8. Vitale across the blue line as Callisti comes out of the box for the T-Birds. Caruso along the end boards. Up to Baber. Baber at center ice. Gets it to Callisti with some space. Callisti in. Shot deflected wide. Rebound goes over the far board. Saxton with the hit. Now the Thunderbirds with it. Baber at the far point. Now moving into the slot. Passes it over. Quick shot. Brancato with the save. And he'll glove down the rebound. And here we go. Baber and Saxton. Vitale in. And we're just seeing hits after the whistle and just guys fired up tonight, Larry.
I like what Vitale did. Vitale stopped the other Thunderbird player for jumping onto Saxton.
So we'll likely have more penalties here as Baber, after the save, kind of gave Brancato a little shot, which Saxton, as he should, got a little upset. And then Vitale came in to kind of
Stop the fourth.
Stop the
extra man coming
in. So looks like we'll have more penalties. Kalisti's going to the box, or the bench rather. So we have 4-on-4 for another 44 seconds. About to sneeze, Larry.
Okay, you could do that. Baber's going into the box. He's got one for the Thunderbirds. And oh.
Wow.
Boy, the Thunderbirds are really complaining.
Now
Kalisti's going in the box. So they have 3 of them in there. One was already in, eh?
Kalisti better be careful. He's not going to get any more. Oh, and he's got to be careful. He's starting to push this.
He just got 10.
Yep.
Or maybe a game.
He kind of shoved the linesman
He's
over
gone
here.
now.
Yep. Yeah, and Kalisti really giving it to this referee. And Coach Don Parko gives a big applause, so he's kind of giving the Bronx cheer. But you know what? Kalisti throws the glove. He is not happy.
No, he's not happy, no.
But you can't really push the linesman. It wasn't that much pushing, but it was enough.
You put your hands on him.
That's right. And then, we can't repeat what he said. But you can read lips, Larry, as good as I can.
Well, I couldn't see down there.
Well, he was not saying very nice things.
So you didn't want to go for a beer after?
No, I don't think
no,
so.
Eh?
Nor he wanted to compliment us on Twitter either.
Oh.
So we'll sort this out as...
This is going to be a long period also, eh?
I think so. It's already 9:40. My poor youngest son has a basketball game at 9 a.m. tomorrow. We're going to have to get him to bed real quick.
See, what's tomorrow? Saturday.
Saturday,
right?
yeah.
Okay.
Got a doubleheader there.
Are you calling the game? Or
No,
just watching?
I'm just sitting there and smiling and enjoying.
Good for you.
It is nice to watch a sporting event. I love broadcasting, but it's a rare time that I actually go to a game and can sit down and enjoy it.
And have some popcorn.
Exactly. Yep.
Sign autographs.
Sometimes I do the play-by-play in my head, envisioning maybe in the future me doing this when they might be in high school. I will say that does enter the mind. All right, so let's see what happens here, Larry.
I think Jenkins said 5-on-4. I don't know where that's coming out, but he put his fingers up one way, 5 to the Eagles bench, 4 on the other side to the Thunderbird bench.
So 3 players that have been kicked out of this game with game misconducts and such. Robert Kalisti, Tyler Malpass, and Caden McDonald. So the Thunderbirds a little bit of a short bench now with these ejections. No penalties up on the board as of yet. We do know that Kalisti is gone.
Okay, here's Saxton's going in the box for the Eagles.
Okay, so Saxton's going in. He was tied up with, I think, Baber.
Yeah, Baber's already in there.
Right, who had the initial altercation. And then Kalisti came in and, voiced his displeasure.
Repeatedly.
Vicky says Jim read his lips from Houston. He said something about taking his mother to Fuddruckers.
Oh.
I had to be careful saying that last word. I think you're exactly right, Jim. Well played, sir. Steal the jokes from me now, I see. I like it. All right, so it looks like whatever was called no, it looks like the Thunderbirds only have 3 players on there, but they don't have another penalty on the board, so they're going to have to put something up at some point.
Well, you can't put 3 penalties up. You have to put 2
it's
up.
only going to be 2, though. I mean, it's a 4-on-3, so you'd have to know what the other penalty is, wouldn't you not?
Some of them are coincidentals, aren't they?
But if it's a 4-on-3, there have to be 2 penalties on the board. I mean, right now it's a 4-on-4. So I would imagine there has to be a penalty.
Here we go. We're getting another player going for the Eagles going in the box.
So Clark? We only have 2 players in the box for the Thunderbirds and 3 for the Eagles.
Well, the third one got sent out, so technically they should have somebody in the box for him.
So we're trying to sort this out, Larry. Well, they have 4 on the ice for the Eagles, 3 for the Thunderbirds as far as skaters.
Ken down there, he's busy writing.
Yeah,
crazy. This is the hard part here. It's too bad it slows down the game, but maybe it gives you a chance, both teams, to cool down.
Yeah.
Instead of getting right back into the thick of things. And we've been in the thick of things here today.
2 referees having some discussions. Again, if it's a 4-on-3, there should be another penalty on the board.
Okay, this guy's going over and saying.
There's 1:02 left on the Eagles side.
This guy got slashing.
44 seconds on the Thunderbird side. Radio announcer John Bell's about to jump over the glass at this point. There we go. See, I told you, Larry. There's the 2 minutes on there. So now we have a 4-on-3.
Well, no, he's gone 5. Wait a minute.
Well, now we have, Eagles better get Keller off the ice there, as Coach John Parko pointed that out. So the Eagles on the power play. We'll try to sort this out.
Penalty to number 26. Camaryn Baber, 2 minutes slashing.
Now here's Blair with the shot, save.
And to number 4, Robert Calisti, 4 minutes for roughing. To the Soo Eagles, to number 3, Jake Saxton, 10-minute misconduct. To number 14, Gianni Vitali, 4 minutes for roughing. The time of these penalties, 5:04.
I didn't say anything about Calisti being kicked out, Larry. I thought I saw the ref give him the heave-ho.
He did throw the hip, signs on the hip.
Yeah, we'll look on the official stat sheet here on the next break. Tackle with a shot. Eagles on the power play, or actually 4-on-4 for another 5 seconds. Then the Eagles will be on the power play.
Look at that. Oh, call it. See, that's Jenkins. I'm sorry. That's just...
Blair behind the net for the Eagles. Eagles on the power play. Yeah, Baber, they don't have Calisti with a misconduct, so let's check that. Orfanos gets it to Keller across the blue line. Keller over to Orfanos with the shot. That one stick to side, hits the netting. We'll have a face-off in the Thunderbird zone. Out-of-town scoreboard. Powassan has come back, and they now lead Camaryn by the score of 4-3. That one late in the third period.
I don't know, boy. I thought Camaryn were going to take them.
Still time in that one. Blind River has won. They win over Espanola by the score of 6-1, and Kirkland Lake has defeated French River by a 4-3 count. 1-0 T-Birds here. 13:25 to play in this third period. Eagles with the puck. Keller center ice over to Orfanos. Orfanos now gets it behind the net to Palmerio. Palmerio tried to get around Lawrence. Now big hit there by Orfanos. Now Keller moves in a shot.
Look at this.
There.
Yeah,
Lawrence
look at this.
Decking Orfanos. My goodness sakes, Lawrence just trying to get at Orfanos, and I don't know how you can give Orfanos a penalty on this one, Larry.
Yeah, no way. The back referee was calling the penalty on him, and Lawrence just kept going after him. So
this game's really gotten chippy.
Yeah, they got to start calling more things.
Orfanos, I don't know how you can give him a penalty.
No way.
It was all
no
Lawrence. Way. And Cicello now will. And boy, fans getting their money's worth as far as the fisticuffs tonight.
Yeah.
And so we'll see what happens here. Still 8 seconds left on the penalty to the Thunderbirds. 13:04 to play in this third period. Boy, oh boy. Old-time hockey, Larry.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, Calisti, I thought I saw the referee give the misconduct.
He did.
Well, there's nothing on the official penalty sheet. So Calisti, by all accounts, is still in this game. So let's see what happens here. See where Lawrence is. I don't see him in the penalty box at this point, but you got to give him a penalty on that. I mean, he was literally mugging.
Well, I think he tossed him.
I don't know. I thought I tossed the last guy, and apparently not. So let's see what happens here as this game's starting to move at a snail's pace.
This game is frustrating. You know where I'm coming from.
I do know where you're coming from.
I'm going to have a drink of water.
Well, I'm probably going to have an email. 13:04 to play in the third period. 1-0 in favor of the Soo Thunderbirds. And so
look at Orfanos is going into the box.
Wow. So Orfanos, who didn't look to...
He didn't do a thing but take punches to the head.
Do a whole lot. He's going to the box. Lawrence still not in the box. He's standing by the bench over there. Yeah, and you look at the hit by Orfanos over there, that wasn't a dirty hit.
No.
A couple people on Twitter saying I agree. It was textbook. And the Thunderbirds starting to lose their discipline, but no penalty called on Lawrence. Now that's surprising. Well, no, now they put 5 up there. So okay, I was going to say that would shock me. I would have been shocked if Lawrence did get a penalty on that. So maybe we're getting 2 and 5 for Mr. Lawrence. So, hey, golden opportunity for the Eagles as they appear to have a 5-minute major on the board. And so the Thunderbirds will be out another player as this
is going 5-on-3. The referee and one of the players is telling them, bring up another man on. This is 5-on-3, they're saying, for the Eagles.
Yeah, for 8 seconds, and then the Eagles will have a long power play. So here we go. Eagles keeping their composure.
And this guy, the linesman's throwing him out? Okay.
13:04 to play here in this third period. Eagles still trail 1-0. But they look to have a very long power play opportunity.
I thought Lawrence was in the penalty box. Is that not him over there?
No. Oh, it is.
Penalty to number 12, Tanner Main. 2 minutes for instigating, 5 minutes for fighting, plus a game misconduct.
Was it Main? I thought it was Lawrence.
It was Lawrence.
Maybe they got the wrong guy.
10.
Boy, oh boy, he lucked out.
George Lafanis, 2 minutes for roughing.
So Orfanos gets 2 minutes for roughing a shot, hits a player in front. As boy, and if you're watching back at home and you have the replay feature, let me know if that was Lawrence or if that was Main. Main's number 12, Lawrence is number 23. Larry and I both clearly thought it was Lawrence. As now the Thunderbirds coach is now really upset about something, Larry. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but Main gets the penalty. So the Eagles on a power play for 4:37. As we're not going to break any time records in this one. Maybe we'll break long time
remember
records.
I said earlier that somebody was supposed to serve that penalty?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, they finally putting somebody in the box for that.
So here we go. Eagles win the faceoff. Rowe. Number 2, Tharaldson.
Oh.
Now a shot. That goes wide.
2 minutes instigated, 5 minutes for fighting, plus a game misconduct.
So Main's gone. Here's a chance in front. Poke checked away by Gordon. Boy, you think if the Eagles score a goal, the roof's going to come off of this place. Rowe with it. Over. Bounces over the stick of Keller. Eagles out shooting the Thunderbirds 28-18. Now Lawrence, who we thought was the culprit of that penalty, still out there. Now here's Keller behind the net. Centering chance. Palmerio fanned on the shot. Now here's Palmerio with it. Palmerio back to the point. Tharaldson over to Palmerio off of his stick.
Hang on to it.
Back to Rowe.
Come on, guys.
Flips over the stick of Rowe. Everybody feisty in this press box here, including our DJ.
Now we turn the puck
Easy,
over.
guys. The regular season. Caruso with the puck. Caruso shoots it down the ice. Over to Rowe. Rowe in his own zone. Behind the net. Clark. 3:35 left on the power plays. Get the feeling this is a must score for the Eagles if they want to win this game. Now Tekel with the shot. Gordon with the save. Bouncing puck. Puck still loose. Tekel tries to get a shot. Smith there. Tekel. He gets dumped. Now here's the Thunderbirds. Nice job by Clark to keep that in. He got that out of midair, but stolen by Baber. Baber and Smith.
That's
Smith
offside.
across the blue line, offside.
Yes,
Bernacki saw that one. Good call. Face-off will be outside the blue line. 11:18 to play in this third period. 3:14 left on the power play.
Just makes it a little more exciting now.
I think it's pretty exciting as it is, Larry. Face-off outside the blue line. Have had lots of power play opportunities tonight. Tekel will take the draw for the Eagles, as now Baber will slowly go to the bench. As the Thunderbirds will get another player out there.
He's going to the penalty box.
Soo High wins 2-1.
Oh, he's going to ask a question in the penalty box. They're looking for something down there.
Face-off won by the T-Birds. Shot down the ice to Clark. Clark over to Butcher. Butcher up to Tekel. Tekel at center ice. 3 minutes left on the power play. Tekel tried to get around 3 players. And now the Thunderbirds will clear it down the ice. Butcher in the near corner. Now Butcher up to Tekel. Tekel, rink-wide pass to Clark. Clark will shoot it in. And that, I don't know where that went, Larry. It hit somebody on the bench.
Yeah.
Might hit Baber over there as now a stick gets shot aside as almost every whistle and every play is being highly contested.
Yeah, something's happening on every play after stoppage of play.
At some point, we're going to get a immediate timeout, but after this power play.
Okay, Rafano's just come out of the penalty box. On that good hit.
Yeah. Now the Eagles with the puck. Halfway through this 5-minute major as Keller gets crunched there by King. Eagles pick up the puck. Lamberti behind the net. Now Lamberti, he's knocked down. Runs into the referee. Puck in the near corner. Lamberti. 2:15 left on the power play. Picked up by Palmerio behind the net. Now Palmerio. Edge of the far circle. With it. Palmerio behind the net. Still has the puck. Gets it back to Rowe. Fakes the shot. Moving in Thorlson with it. Shot. That deflects wide. 2 minutes left on the power play. Rowe gets it to Palmerio. Palmerio with the shot. Save. Gordon rebound. Puck loose in the crease. Oh, and they go!
It's a goal. It is a goal.
I thought I heard a whistle, Larry.
The whistle came after the puck was in the net, yes.
The Eagles have tied this game at 1, and they're still on the power play with 1:52 left on the power play. 9:55 to play in this third period. Boy, oh boy. I don't know who got that. It was Palmeiro. I thought that was in on the initial play. It might have been Lamberti. Not 100% sure, but Eagles don't care who got it. They've tied this game at 1.
Yeah.
Now the Thunderbirds coaches, they're just all sorts of frustrated over there. One of the assistant coaches there really having some words with our official. Eagles still on the power play. So, boy, this Thunderbirds team a little undisciplined tonight, Larry.
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Well, the coaches aren't exactly keeping themselves under control either.
No.
Those feisty Italians. Much like the guy to my right. Here we go.
Goals, going to number 8.
Was Palmerio.
Jake Palmerio. Time of the goal, 10:05.
Apparently it's unassisted. I don't know how that's possible. Now the Thunderbirds clear that down. Butcher behind the net. 1:30 left on the power play. We're tied at 1. Eagles still on the power play. Thunderbirds shot. Shoot that puck down the ice.
The Eagles are turning it over. They only got 1:15 left on this power play. They got to capitalize. They capitalized on the one. They still got to get another one here. Look at another turnover.
There you go.
22, Kobe Keller, and number 24, Jake Lamberti.
So Kelly and Lamberti get the assists. Figured there had to be at least one assist on that goal. Now, under 9 to play. Here's Clark. He's gotten the last 2 game-winning goals for the Eagles. Their last 2 victories. Tekel with it. Still time on the power play. Tekel over to Vitale. Now back to the point, Thorlson. Swings it over to Clark. Clark moves in. His shot. That goes behind the net. Picked up by Cicello. Thorlson now lose the puck. Here's Baber. He's got a 2-on-1. Baber with it. He's got Van Team going to the net. Oh, and it bounces over his stick. Rebound by Thorlson, who gets dumped. Now here's Tekel at center ice. Baber gets the puck again. Here come the Thunderbirds again. 4 of them. Baber with it. Baber puts it in front. And Brancato makes the save. And we'll have a face-off in the Eagles zone with 8:20 to play in the third period. High intensity in this period and game.
Now, the rest of this game, you definitely have to hold your discipline because anything can happen.
8:20 to play here in this period as we approach the 10 o'clock mark. A lot of times we're already out in the parking lot by this stage, Larry, on a Friday night.
Yes.
Not tonight. We may be here longer. Now here's a shot and a save there by Gordon, and he'll hold. Eagles still have 5 seconds left on this power play. As you look at the Thunderbirds bench, just 9 skaters, so 3 defensemen, 6 forwards on the bench.
And you wonder how they're crowding each other at one end. There's so much room down there.
Yeah. So face off to the right of Gordon, as we'll do it again. These youngsters here for the Cabin Fever tournament definitely getting their money's worth tonight. They got to be thinking, this is great.
Wonder what time they play tomorrow morning.
Yeah, right. Probably some games at 8. Now here's Quinn with the shot. That one's blocked as the Thunderbirds finally at full strength, and they pick up the puck. Here comes Solinger on the far side. Acosta across the blue line. He'll catch up to the puck behind the net. Acosta now spins away. Ford with it. Now Banser stands him up. Back to the point, Crusoe. He fires. That one's way wide. Over the far point, Solinger. Picked up by the T-Birds again. Now here's Solinger moving in. A shot
there
and
a
goal!
You can't give them the opportunities.
No, you cannot. And Solinger buries that one. The Soo Thunderbirds and a lot of their fans traveling tonight. And they have a 2-1 lead with 7:30 to play here in this third period.
You got to clear the puck.
Yep. Solinger puts that one through the pads of Mr. Brancato. And so it's 2-1 in favor of the T-Birds. We'll get the call from Bob St. Peter, but we know that one's going to Solinger. Now here's Rowe with the puck. Across the blue line. He's got Lamberti going to the net. Rowe plays it off the boards. Lamberti lost the puck. Now picked up by the T-Birds.
Thunderbird goal scored by number 27, Noah Solinger. Assist, number 5, Rondo Caruso. Correction, Braden Caruso. And number 7, Nolan Ford.
So Caruso and Ford get the assist as Gordon comes out of his crease to make the save. And we'll have a face-off in the T-Birds' end. 6:59 to play in this third period. It's 2-1 in favor of the Thunderbirds. And I think we might have our media timeout, Larry.
Okay, I was just going to give this nice commercial here.
Please do.
Fix your stick. We haven't, with all the excitement and things going on here tonight, sticks flying all over the ice, not one broken stick. But if you do get your stick broken, fix your stick. FIXURSTICK.com. These guys will fix your stick. $35. Broken shaft, blade, heel, toe, even a goalie stick they'll fix. So you got a 30-day repair guarantee. You get a hold of Rob Horn at 906-322-3330 or Brian Huntley at 860-578-3606.
Coach John Parko just got teed up, Larry, after complaining about a call, and so that's going to give the Eagles another power play. And again, this Thunderbirds team is losing their discipline, but their coaches aren't showing much on the bench.
No, he's hurting them.
And so the Thunderbirds will get another penalty. Now the assistant coach really giving it to the official.
I think he's asking for a timeout.
And so these officials not making friends tonight to our neighbors from the north. And so we'll have a timeout, but the Eagles will go back on the power play with 6:59 to play in the third period. And a timeout.
I just said
the
players have to show their discipline, and the coaching staff haven't shown theirs.
No, not at all.
10-minute.
10-minute timeout, Bob. Holy mackerel.
I want to go home.
10-minute timeout.
I want to go to the CC Hall.
10-minute timeout. Didn't know they made such things in hockey. Well, look at this, Larry. There's 2 penalties on the board for the Thunderbirds. My goodness sakes.
Oh.
We're seeing a lot here tonight. These teams will be back in action tomorrow night at the John Rhodes Community Center as the Eagles and Thunderbirds will tangle if there's anything left after this game. And so are the Eagles going to have a 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes? Looks like that's going to be the case. And
number 4 is going in there. Who's that? Kalisti.
Yeah, again, we thought he got a misconduct. So let's see what the officials.
Well, he did go for the guns. He put the hands on the hips.
Yeah.
He was going for the guns, and I don't know what happened. We don't know.
Yeah. So here we go, Larry. 5-on-3 for a full 2 minutes for the Eagles. They can't say they haven't had any opportunities on the power play. Let's hear what Bob says about these calls.
Thunderbird penalty to number 20, Stephen Bellini, 2 minutes interference. To the Thunderbirds, a bench minor, unsportsmanlike conduct. A bench minor, time of these penalty.
All right, so here we go. Clark with the shot, saved by Gordon. Now the Thunderbirds pick up the puck. They might have a chance. Here come the Thunderbirds. That's Baber in. Baber's shot. That just goes wide, and Baber gets hit after the play. That's not a smart play there. Not a smart play by Keller on a 5-on-3 after the shot. You knock the player into the boards, and I think he knows it too. He's pretty frustrated there. That's not a smart.
I think
smart
he was
penalty
frustrated
at
the call, not what he did.
Well, I think there was, with the way they've called tonight, I think that was
called cross-check.
I think that was a
we
fair call.
We called interference on that one.
I think that was a fair call. Face off to the right. Trying to keep it balanced here, Larry.
Well, the officials aren't supposed to keep it balanced.
Well,
Or you're talking about us
I'm
up
talking
here?
about us.
Oh.
Said I expected email Monday morning.
Hey, what will be, will be.
Indeed. So 4-on-3 for the Eagles as Cicello hits the center ice.
2, Kobe Keller, 2 minutes, interference.
So interference to call on Keller. Eagles still in the power play, a 4-on-3. As that's going to, I thought that might be offside.
Yeah, and so do the Eagles.
Yeah, here's Tackle with it. Tackle with the puck. Eagles still in the power play. Clark with the shot. That one's blocked by Lawrence. Clark gets it at center ice.
Lawrence got hurt. He went off to the bench.
Now Clark across the blue line over to Tackle. Tackle's pass broken up by Solinger. Gets it back. Good job. Keep it in. Vitale over to Barterson. Oh, he couldn't get it over Vitale, who was wide open in front of the net. And picked up by the Thunderbirds, and they shoot it down the ice.
You have to capitalize on your opportunities. They're just not capitalizing on them.
40 seconds left on the power play, and then the Thunderbirds will get about a 30-second power play. Eagles with the puck. Thoraldson at center ice. He'll shoot it in off the boards. Lamberti behind the net, now taken away by the Thunderbirds player. Butcher keeps it in, moving in. Now Thoraldson at the point with a shot. That one blocked by the Thunderbirds. Blocked a lot of shots tonight.
They do, yeah.
They always do. Now Butcher keeps it in. Nice play. Thoraldson moves in, passes it over. That one deflected wide. Palmerio now loses the puck to Caruso, and that's pretty much going to do it for the power play as 2 Thunderbirds will come off the bench. Penalty bench, excuse me, and the Thunderbirds will have a power play. 5 minutes to play in this third period. 2-1 T-Birds. That one shot down the ice. 20 seconds left on the power play for the T-Birds. Now the Thunderbirds with the puck on the near side. Cicello. They'll shoot it over along the far board. Schwab picks it up. Can't clear it. Kept in by the Thunderbirds. As the penalty to the Eagles will expire, so both teams at full strength. Lawrence passes it over. Winding up and firing. Save. Rebound. Brancato. Another save. Thunderbirds still with the puck. Back to Cicello. Cicello gets it to Terrio. Now Terrio tried to get around a couple players. Keller picks it up. Now we got some players battling in over here. Terrio. And now Schwab in there. He's having some words. And that might negate a power play that I think the Eagles were going to get. And boy, oh boy, it is getting chippy again.
It is.
As Terrio tangled up. Couldn't quite see who it was. Might have been Keller maybe. Schwab came in as well. Now it was Lamberti. So Terrio now still upset. He's going to go to the penalty box. And so Terrio is a radio announcer. He's fun to watch over there.
John's got to come here more often.
He really does. So let's see what the penalties are, Larry. It looked like the Eagles might have gotten a power play, but Schwab came in after Terrio was, getting his way with Lamberti. So we'll see if these even up.
Well,
4:10 to play in the third period.
Lamberti just went in the penalty box.
Well, for those Eagles fans that maybe were wondering, the Soo Thunderbirds-Eagles rivalry, I've heard a lot about it. We haven't seen a whole lot. Well, guess what? You've seen it tonight.
This is the old...
We've seen this for about 10 years around here.
You remember the garbage can?
Oh, yeah, the
I
garbage
love that
can.
one. That was...
Liam Nason enjoying this. He's got to play basketball in the morning. You got to get to sleep when we get home, sir.
Put him in a corner. Put his head down here.
Now he's got another ring pop.
Oh, what color is this one? Last one was green. He was green all over.
Where is he? Oh, okay. Did you find Vance? All right. See, I parent when I broadcast. That's the multi-talented facets that I bring to the table. Not saying I parent well. I don't know where he's going now, but he's safe amongst 1,200 fans. Yeah, looking at our penalty sheet there, 14 power plays on the night. Wow. So we are still discussing things. Our next home game, I'll be here Wednesday night as the Eagles will take on the Elliott Lake Wildcats. Eagles have a bunch of games on the road before and after that. Tomorrow night at the Thunderbirds, Monday night at Blind River, and then next Friday, a week from tonight, at Espanola, and a week from Sunday at Elliott Lake.
Hey, you want somebody to help you out? I'm sure Ken Murphy will volunteer.
Yeah?
I'll talk to him.
Is he as good as you?
Well, nobody's as good as me. You know that.
That's true.
Listen, we've had a lot of people. When I was broadcasting in the early years, we had Boss. He did it one game. He said, "I'm not doing this anymore."
Yeah,
we had a few others. One game, I'm out of here. I'm out of here.
Getting some text in for our radio compadre to our right saying he's losing his mind on the air.
He lost his truck already tonight.
Yeah, right. That was at his truck towed.
Yeah. What's happening? What else is happening here tonight?
Well, we got 2 minutes on the board for the Thunderbirds. Toots Kovac just kind of smiling, shakes his head and looks away. Coach John Parco now, he's probably going to want this explained a bit. So it looks like the Eagles will go on another power play. So the Eagles can say they have not had enough, haven't had their chances tonight on the power play. They've had a boatload. It looks like they'll get another one, and well, time's starting to become a factor. Still a lot of time left, but they don't score on this power play, then there's only about 2 minutes left. So we'll get the call from a very busy Bob St. Peter.
Erratic shooting by the Eagles, and then good goaltending by Gordon. Because look at the shots. The Eagles out shooting them 11 by 11, so 34-23. So it's,
34-23, the shots on goal.
Number 7, Ford just went in the penalty box for the Thunderbirds, so maybe he's serving that one.
So the Eagles on the power play. We'll get the calls from Bob St. Peter. The Eagles have been on the power play almost this whole third period. Now Lawrence.
Thunderbird penalty to number 19, Lucas Turio. 4 minutes roughing.
Okay.
To the Soo Eagles, to number 24, Jake Lamberty. 2 minutes roughing.
How could they? Look at this, a breakaway.
Here's a chance for the Thunderbirds. Baber in, and a goal! That's a backbreaker for the Eagles to give up as they were on another power play and they give up a shorty. And the Thunderbird fans like that one.
Yes, sir.
3:48 to play here in the third period. That's a backbreaker as the Eagles now trail 3-1. Baber's played a solid game. So we'll get the call from Bob St. Peter on the shorthanded goal. As that one might send a few fans to the exits now.
I don't think so. Well, yeah, okay, there's a few down there going.
Thank you.
Well, no, I figured it's still almost 4 minutes
Thunderbird
left.
goal scored by number 26, Camaryn Baber. Assist number 15, Tristan Cacciello. And number 22, Nick Smith. Time to goal, 16-12.
So the Eagles now up against it, trailing by 2, still on the power play. It's pretty much a must score now for the Eagles. Orfanos over in the far corner. Saxton, bad pass, intercepted by the Thunderbirds. Credit their special teams tonight, Larry. Their shorthanded units have played very well, and now they scored a goal. Now Saxton hits Tassone. Clark over in the near corner. 3 minutes to play here in the third period. Rowe with it. 45 seconds left on the power play. Clark in front of his own net. Clark up to Rowe. Rowe across the blue line. Gets it to Orfanos. He moves in. Shot deflected over. Oh, Barterson had a chance, but he just couldn't get a handle on the puck. Now he gets it back. Barty back to Rowe. He winds and fires. That one's wide. Back to Clark. 25 seconds left on the power play. Clark over to Rowe. Rowe back to Clark. A shot. Save. Rebound. Orfanos. Now back to Clark. Clark with the shot. Save. Rebound at the doorstep. Barterson. Picked up by the Thunderbirds, and they'll clear it down, and that'll pretty much do it for the power play. As the Eagles trail by 2, and a bad pass there. Acosta hits it off the side of the net. We'll keep an eye on Brancato being down by 2.
Penalty's over.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left, you might want to think about starting to pull them. As the T-Birds back at full strength. Now here's Tekel. Tekel across the blue line. Tackle now, lost the puck. Keller gets it shot. Gordon with the save, and I'm thinking Mr. Gordon is probably in line to get number 1 star tonight. Not picked by us.
No.
1:50 to play here in the third period. 3-1 Thunderbirds.
Got a timeout here, I think by the Eagles, yeah.
Got a timeout, so appears the Thunderbirds will win, collect 2 more points. They'll keep their lead over Blind River in the West Division. So
Blind River won tonight too, didn't they?
So if these scores hold, the Thunderbirds will have 57 points. Blind River will have 54 and be in second place. Rayside was idle tonight. They'll be in third with 51. And the Eagles will stand pat with 47 points and now be 10 points behind the Thunderbirds. So we talked about it, Larry, a sweep by either team, and that really tightens up or expands the standings. And barring a late comeback here for the Eagles, they're going to be 10 points behind the Thunderbirds going into tomorrow night's game. Again, it's early, but start looking at the standings. You got to keep that in mind. 1:50 to play here in the period.
What are you waving to your son?
My son, yeah, I found him over there, yeah. He's drinking more pop. That's fantastic.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be all night going to the washroom, eh?
Right. Now here's Teckel. Net is empty for the Eagles as Brancato's on the bench. Butcher keeps it in. Now we're going to have a hand pass, so that should move the face-off outside the zone. So we'll see if Brancato comes back in the net or if he stays in.
Gordon made a good save there, too. You know,
yeah.
They almost had a goal. But, yeah, he's it down that net.
So Brancato will stay on the bench. Eagles get the puck at center ice. Starlson gets it to Teckel. Now Keller across the blue line, loses the puck. Now the Eagles still have time. Palmerio with the shot. That bounces off a pad of a T-Birds player, and Tassone goes for the open net. Oh, he hits the side of the post. But Baber over there with the shot.
He misses
the net. Minute 10 left. Eagles get the puck. Palmerio along the near boards. Gets it to Barterson with the shot. Oh, he just missed the net. Over to Butcher. 1 minute to play here. Eagles trail by 2. Thunderbirds shoot it down the ice. That's going to be icing. So they'll bring the face off in the T-Birds end with 56 seconds left here in the third. So really was the special teams, Larry, the difference in this game.
Yeah.
I mean,
Eagles special teams didn't capitalize. At least the power play didn't capitalize, and in the shorthanded, they only gave up. Not even when they were shorthanded. They didn't their power play, and their power play did get a goal for the Eagles. But just too many penalties in here, too much going on.
Yeah. I mean, you look at the score sheet there. A few penalties in the game.
Wow. I think the last game the Eagles played here, not against the Thunderbirds, I forget who was, not Rayside, the one before that was Elliott Lake or Espinal. I think there was 3 penalties in the whole game.
Yeah. So timeout.
Must be the Thunderbirds timeout because Eagles just had theirs prior to that.
And so the face-off will be in the Thunderbird zone. 56 seconds left here in the third period. I want to thank everybody for watching tonight on Hockey TV and everybody that tweeted in on Twitter. And so Thunderbirds will shoot that down the ice. Baber with another chance for a goal. Over at the far boards, puts it on. Stopped there by Saxton. Now back to the point. Shot. That one.
That's
and a goal.
Another empty net goal.
Braden King will salt this one away for the visiting team as the Thunderbirds win the latest round of the border battle. And the next round will be fought, no pun intended, at the John Rhodes Community Center tomorrow night. You can catch that one on Hockey TV. And then we'll be back here on Wednesday. I'll be back here on Wednesday against Elliott Lake. So
it's my wife's birthday. I can't
there
come
you
there.
Go. No, that's a good call, Larry.
Goal scored by number 2. Braden King. Assist number 10. Assist number 28, Mark Tassone. The time on the goal, 19-21.
So, Larry, the Eagles are going to lose this one to the Thunderbirds.
First place team.
Yep, they'll get right back at it tomorrow night. And so a feisty affair. We hadn't quite seen a game like this year.
Yeah, not in a long time.
You know, you can say the Thunderbirds kind of lost their composure, but they got away with it as far as the result. Our final score from Pullar Stadium, the Soo Thunderbirds 4, the Soo Eagles 1 for our cameraman, Tim Horton. And for our color commentator, Larry Pozzabon, Scott Nason signing off from Pullar Stadium. We'll talk to you Wednesday night here on Hockey TV.
Good night, folks.
1. Again, on behalf